Oh. Cat. I see the comments. Cat.
Bored Huntress. This name suits a big cat like Paratia perfectly. It's about time she got a new outfit. No more having to deal with bulky equipment while training.
是的，那我们也是希望啊，平时很慵懒的这个佩蒂提亚可以有一个全新的啊，很轻快、很活泼的这样的一个气氛。那也是希望各位指挥官能够喜欢。
哎，没错。那么佩蒂提亚这款衣服啊，同样也是会在3月20号这一天。
Yeah, the artist.
除了角色衣装之外呢，之前也有指挥官留言想要一些比较特殊的设计的武器涂装啊。本次呢，我们也是
2 weapon skins for the
2款
update.
特殊的武器。
Dude, Mechady is still
一
sleeping.
款呢是基于可鲁凯专属武器设计的，比较有科技风和简约风格的极域追光。而另一款呢，则是基于代烟专属武器设计青花瓷风格的天青树玉。
Please take note of what's on the infographic, Commanders. Aurora Chasers will be added to the custom skin shop on March 20th, while Rippling Serenade will be added on April 20th. Alright, isn't it time for you to show us something about the event's gameplay?
哎，先等一下，别着急。那为了感谢大家的一个观看啊，我们为大家准备了我们的福利兑换码。
I heard that this is the traditional code giveaway segment. Please take note that these codes are only valid until March 14th, 11:59 p.m., as shown in the image.
Oh, we should get the code. We should get the
因为
code.
时间有限，那所以啊，后面
Where's
我
it?
们还有很多
Settings?
内容跟福利要给到大家。那所以各位指挥官可
It's in
以
the shop,
来
right?
保存一下这个图片啊，或进行相应的领取。那后面在游戏当中输入，就可以获取我们相应的福利啦。
我们也会将相关的兑换码内容置顶在前瞻节
I
目的
missed the
视
code.
频评论区，因此呢，指挥官们不用担心错过。
好，那我们就开始介绍本次活动的这个玩法介绍的一个环节吧。那首先呢，我们会上线我们新的这个常驻玩法啊，我们的边界推进啊，也就是我们的人形们会潜入敌方的这个区域啊，去探索寻宝的这样的一个玩法。那并且伴随我们悬赏任务去击败相应的这个 BOSS 呢，还能够额外获得我们的资源奖励。
哎，是的，在这个玩法当中将会有3个难度提供指挥官的选择，难度越高对应的奖励也就越多了。比如呢，我们选取这个难度的悬赏任务指挥官在编好队后就可以手动操控人形移动。我们的任务是躲避敌人的视野，取得不同场景的这个补给箱，来获取资源。就如视频所见除了金色补给的箱之外呢，人形只要通过靠近这个箱子，它就可以开启这个箱子。
What if the enemies discover us?
那这点也不用担心那其实我们可以通过在视野外去偷袭敌人将敌人去干掉，然后继续探索。那只有被敌人攻击才会强制的去发起我们的战斗。那另外呢，我们在战斗当中其实也是设置了很多特殊的这个地格，那大家也可以在这个地图中去临时搭建很多类似梯子，去获得到高地的一些资源，那从而或者是铺设一些地格去规避敌人的视野。
那同样呢，我们也设置了很多存档点
Many save
队
points.
伍经过
Okay.
这个存档点的时候，它就会自动激活，恢复友方的血量，并且呢，激活的存档点可以进行位移。
Wow, that sounds convenient. No need to backtrack over and over again.
是的，那我们并且可以随时的去点击在我们这个地图上方左上方的这个撤离键点击撤离就可以带走所有已经获取的资源了。
These maps feel so big, though. Won't this take a lot of time every week?
那我们也考虑到了这样的情况。
I hope
那
so.
除了悬赏任务的这个奖励内容以外，那我们地图当中的
Mechady still
资源
sleeping.
都可以以我们这个金元采集，也就是派出我们的人形自律去获取的方式去获取。
So this means we can gain resources passively.
哈哈，没有错。那这样的话，是不是我们这个操作的一个压力就会小很多呢？那我们还为大家准备了很多紧张刺激的这个小游戏对，那首先呢，我们这个选域巡查，那将会在我们的3月20日随着我们版本上线。那活动期间每天都会开启全新的这个选域巡查的区域，那共计7个这个巡查区域。
Hazard patrols.
It's pretty convenient that there's difficulty levels in this game mode.
没错的，其实这个呢就是一个翻地格的进行
I'm gonna
探险的
turn off the sound here.
目标呢就是要找
So I
到
can
区域
deal
的
with
头
stuff.
目进行挑战，挑战胜利呢就可以通过下一关了。
是的，那不同关卡的探索呢，对进入下一关的这个通关条件都会有稍许的一些差异除了那个击杀目标的这个头目以外呢，那还会完成一些需要指定的任务目标，那比如找到一些指定道具一类的。
I see. So the clear conditions will differ. Take note, commanders.
啊，是的，没错。那这个小游戏我们就介绍到这边。那下一个小游戏呢，要么熊猫老师来替我们介绍一下。
啊，这个接下来的小游戏啊，是
Mini game？
一个公测就已经上线过的，大家都非常喜欢的一个小游戏啊，那就是强
The
袭
sauce of They're bringing it
3月
back.
27日开启强袭演绎的新模式，在这个新模式中呢，会新增一个防守模式，指挥官需要快速击杀敌人，守住防线来获取更高的积分。
Let's
那除了这
go.
个全新模式之外呢，我们也会新增一个新人形，比如指挥官们期待的可鲁凯。
We'll be able to observe the doll's stance up close while also experiencing the thrill of a shooter. Make sure to experience it for yourself on March 27th.
March
是的
27th.
指挥官们
Okay, we
一定
got
要
like some
注意
time.
啊，这个活动开启的时间。那另外啊，我们4月10日是我们这个活动下篇开启的时候，那我们活动界面中会开启我们的开拓之路的这个新玩法。
It's coming with me too.
This map looks quite familiar. Is it related to the game mode from last time?
那虽然看起来好像跟以前差不多啊，但是这次其实玩法跟之
But
前
different,
有非常
okay.
大的一个不同。那有了很多新的随机事件和新的一个地格。那之前呢，这个在上一个版本当中，那指挥官只能自己去游玩，但现在啊，我们指挥官可以跟更多的很多人形一起对抗了。
Oh, so we can see just who's better.
Yo, is that
这也
M-
是一个比较安
that's
全的一个
MP5
较量的一个方式。那各位指挥官可以根据
Wait,
每
they're-
个关卡
they're
的一个
showing some
最终的
new
一个排
stuff.
名去达到任务所需要的一个要求，那这样就可以获得相应的奖励了。
So it's basically a competition between the commanders and a few dolls with various ways to trigger score bonuses, and the victor is decided by the score?
是的，这次的一个玩法啊，我觉得还是非常有意思的。希望在实际上线了之后，大家能够喜欢。
哎，希望本次的开拓之路玩法呢，能让指挥官们玩得开心，玩得满意。除了升级后的开拓之路小游戏之外啊，我们在4月17日还开启大家熟悉的火线突围玩法。
Frontline survivors? Sounds like there'll be a lot of enemies.
是的，那这
They're
个
bringing
玩
it
法
back
需要
this
指
one.
挥官去操作人形，那消灭四面八方涌来的敌方的这个单位，那来获取突围的经验与突围的分数。那积累着突围经验到一定程度之后啊，我们的人形即可升级，可以选择不同的增益效果来增强人形在战场上的一个战斗能力。那我们的人形有专属的技能效果，那并且根据不同的枪种、不同的人形，在操作的玩法上也存在着不同的差异。
Wow, these special abilities look awesome, like you're fighting off an entire army.
是的，确实。那除此之外呢，那我们每次挑战结束之后，都可以用芯片去强化人形，那提高人形的一个初始的属性。
So you should select the doll that you prefer and then focus on improving them.
那具体的话，就看各位指挥官各自自己的喜好了，可以按照自己的风格随意去搭配。
Other than these gameplay additions, I have a question that's probably on every commander's mind. What are the rewards prepared for this patch?
那肯定是有的。那
It's a
首
pretty
先
big
呢，
patch,
就根
actually.
据我们活动这个上下篇的一个开启的一个时间，我们分别会准备我们的一个签到和福利的一个活动。那各位指挥官在活动期间完成对应的签到活动即可完成获得20个专访许可。那另外，我们还特意在活动上篇新增了一个额外的签到活动，指挥官们只要持续登录，即可额外再获取10个访问许可啦。
You only need to log in for the 20 targeted access permissions and 10 access permissions.
是的，非常轻松。那而且这次是加满版的这个我们的签到福利，那具体的活动日期，指挥官们可以通过图片上的信息去了解哦。
There's a few days of overlap between these events, though.
是的，没错。毕竟
So
呢我
they're
们
not
也
going
是
to
希望
release all the
指挥官们
events all at
可以在
once.
更短的时间内获
We
得
got
相
a
关
bit
的
of
奖励。
time between each one.
那除了我们在游戏当中的福利以外呢，那我们还为我们各位的指挥官去准备了一个网页活动那就是我们爱莫号的春日扭蛋机。
It's like how they're giving global like a lot of stuff too.
扭蛋开始扭蛋机开始扭蛋之后，有机会获得6480的坍塌金条、人形皮肤等游戏奖励。
哎呀，简单说就是稳赚不赔呀，
真不赔，是的。
Nice, I can't wait.
那具体的我们上线的时间请各位指挥官可以关注我们的官方社媒账号，我们后续也会告诉大家。
此外呢，我们也会在 TikTok 上线《少女前线2》追放的特别滤镜，具体的滤镜内容呢和玩
Let's
法
go
后续的也请关注我们的官方社媒哦。
那这里我们也小小的去透露一下，那滤镜也是和我们的可鲁凯是有关的。那而且参与滤镜的玩法也有机会获得额外的奖励哦。
Make sure to come say hi to Klukai on TikTok.
除此之外呢，那之前指挥官啊这个透露过的
Klukai
现场
on
活动
TikTok
它终于要来了。
Is it finally happening?
是的，那我们计划呢，在我们的3月22到23日啊，去举办我们首次的线下的这个快闪活动。
哦，是在洛杉矶的小东京啊。
对，现场啊，我们为各位指挥官准备了
I can't
很
do
多
the
我们
offline
免费
event.
跟售卖的一个周边，那还有很多有趣的这个互动的一个装置。那具体的一个活动的信息和活动地址啊，我们今日啊就要再稍等，我们就会通过我们的官方社媒去进行相应的一发布。那除此之外呢，那我们也会邀请啊我们 coser 前往现场和各指挥官们进行快乐的互动。
I've seen many commanders eagerly anticipating offline events for a long time. Please do visit Girls Frontline 2 Exilium's first pop-up event.
那我们也在努力中啊，我们也希望啊未来能够有各种不同的形式，更多的去能够跟指挥官们见面啊。那这次我们远日点主题活动的相关介绍，差不多就先到这边了。
这就结束了，是不是忘了啥？
Did they?
Wait, I think we've forgotten about this.
哦，对，差点忘了，真的是差点忘了。那目前呢，我们的这个可入凯啊，它当中有它的这个摩托车手办的一个企划啊，
A
请我们来这边
figurine
看一下。
Even though it's not painted yet, I'm sure many commanders are tempted to purchase it.
Oh,
哎，宇中老师跟我们
Yes
说的是啊，本款手办呢即将全球发售，全世界各地的粉丝啊都可以与可鲁凯跨次元相见了。我家的手办柜啊，早就已经为他提前预留好了位置喽。
I'm sure many of our commanders are dusting off their display cases already.
啊
No,
如果一切顺
not
利
my
的话，
display
那我们
case.
也会将啊这个可鲁凯能带上
It's
我们
fucking
洛杉
dirty
矶
as
的线
shit.
下活动去进行展示。啊，额外再说一嘴啊，我们的可鲁凯它其实是可动的啊，它的机车的话是这个上色的成品拼装啊，各位指挥官到时候把玩一定会更有乐趣。对，然后啊对这个可鲁凯啊感兴趣的指挥官，到时候也可以线下来现场来看一看哟。好的，那我们线上的这个活动说完了，线下的活动也说完了，那是不是该结束了呢？
是不是该结束了呢？
Not yet, not yet. It's not over yet. I'm sure besides the content that's coming in Aphelion, everyone's eagerly anticipating the next dolls. Is there anything that you can tell us?
哎，我就知道今天不会那么轻易的去放过我们。
No-
所以
no-
当然了
no
我们
hints, nothing?
也是提早已经做好了这个准备。
哎，
Wow, I would have expected silhouettes or something, but we're getting the real deal.
Vector?
是的，那想跟大家直接一些。
Yuhi
哎
also
是
too?
啊，后续
Wait,
呢
who's it?
就是
Zhao?
维克托、
Wait,
哎
Zhao
佑
Hui.
希还有
Okay.
朝晖会陆续登场吗？
The sequence you just mentioned, could that be their actual release sequence?
啊，我乱说的，乱说的。
啊，不过可以告诉大家的
They're not
是
gonna
啊，
tell
我
us.
们这个幼师将在今年的上半年进行上线。那并且啊，在它上线的时候啊，我们会为各位指挥官上线一个 K2的一个武器涂装，那只需要1张提取凭证即可获取。
Wow, that means it's almost free. It feels like we've been flooded with them all day today.
啊，其实这个远日点版本的这个福利还没有说完呢。
There's still more?
是的，今天呢，我们这个特展
They're so
特别
generous, they're giving
节目
us so much.
还为啊各位指挥官准备了10个专访许可。那在3月10日版本开启的时候，那各位指挥官登录游戏即可领取。
The rewards just keep coming. There's so many I can barely keep track of them all.
啊，没关系啊，这个为了方便大家，我们已经为各位指挥官做好我们的福利的一个总结汇总图了。
哎，除了刚刚说的福利之外啊，版本的常规福利内容也是不会少了大家的，大家放心。
So in total, we have 40 pulls, tons of material to raise dolls, and a free Klukai outfit.
是的，没有错。
It's
那
free？
除了我们这个福利图之外，那本次活动我们也为大家准备了啊，在游戏内准备了我们的活动绘制页。那各个福利的一个获取方式都有相应的指引。
Commanders, please keep an eye on the schedule.
好的，那这次真的是我们这次直播的所有的一个内容啦。
For real this time?
啊，这次真的是要结束了。
Oh, I really don't want to say goodbye to everyone.
那这个第一次为这个海外的指挥官们去带来这个前瞻的节目，这个拍摄的过程当中还是有点小紧张的。
是。
对，那希望本次活动啊，各位指挥官能够获得大家的一个
They're giving a
的一个
lot.
反馈。那另外的话，各位指挥官也不要忘记在我们的这个新版本活动远日点的这个上线的时间。
Aphelion drops on March 20th. That just about wraps up today's broadcast, but there's plenty of content to be experienced in game, Commanders.
我们制作组呢也将持续的完善并优化游戏的相关玩法和内容，希望各位指挥官可以给未来给大家带来更好的游戏体验。
See you next time, everyone. A big thanks to you two for bringing us this preview stream today.
好的，那我们也感谢可如凯跟米什奇。
Okay, well, I think that's most stuff that's happening here.
对我们一直以来的关注和支持。
感谢大家，期待与大家的下次再见。
好的，我们下次再会见，拜拜，
拜拜。
Dang. Okay.
这感觉好像是不是什么忘掉了？
Wait.
没有吧？
Ah,
Abandoned. So funny. All right. Let's go put on the audio and finish off this event that I so need to do before it is over. No, not this one. Dan. Is there more? There isn't. Alright. Feedback wall. Ah, there. And that's all I got. Where's my my view counter on here? Does OBS not have it anymore? Whatever. Sitting in the corner of the cafe, slowly sapping on the coffee that Centrelli just bought to me. After returning to Safe House, I had a loud and lively meal with the dolls for the first time in a long time. Centrelli and Springfield served a scrumptious feast, and then the dolls and I had a long conversation about the past. Springfield told me about how Zucchero was founded, while Dayan recalls the adventure of Moonstone as they travel between the satellite city. Centrelli did her best to serve everybody, while Jingyu and Zhaohui was about to put on an impromptu performance for only us. Only remembered that their instrument and luggage were still at the train station. Springfield helped them contact the local authorities when they learned about their missing items, which shipped over to them. They were so happy that they dragged out Sharkery's stage to sing an off-key song. We cleared the table once we were done eating, or rather, they did. I tried to help, but they shooed me away, leaving me no choice but to find a corner to sit down in. As the night wears down, the light of the building outside gradually goes out, and the clamor from the outside window slowly quiets down. I hold an exquisite mug in both my hands, savoring the warm fragrance of the coffee inside. This sensation was commonplace 10 years ago, but for me, now, it's a rare and precious thing. After all, this is the first time I've been reunited with my dolls after so long. My heart is filled with mixed feelings as I watch them hard at work. Well, it's been quite a long time since it happened. I can clearly remember when the looks on everyone's faces as I announced that I was quitting Griffin. The confusion and shock, the worry and protest. At the time, I was utterly powerless. I couldn't even give them an acceptable explanation for what I've done.
Alright.
Wait.
I fixed it.
I had somebody stream in the background. I had a lira. Give me a second. What makes me feel more guilty is the fact that even after this all happened, after meeting everyone again, not a single doll has come to ask me this question. Why did you leave, Commander? It gives everybody still has the same unconditional trust in me, considering how easily they accept the answer I gave. The one that I couldn't even convince myself. In that case, what right do I have to stand in front of everybody like this now, acting as though nothing has happened? Springfield helped. Serenity returned the dishes to the cabinet. Then glances towards me. Apparently she noticed the complicated looks on my face, because she undid her apron and walked over to my table before sitting opposite of me. What's wrong, Commander? You seem uncomfortable. Yeah. I feel a little conflicted. Is it because of Melanie? Yeah. Well, that's part of it. As for the rest... Springfield continues to watch me, and I can't continue to speak for a while. Would you mind if I ventured a guess? Go ahead. It feels like you're avoiding us, just a little. You didn't say much while you were eating together either. Is there something you wanted to say just now, but couldn't? Take a deep breath, trying to gather the courage to get the words out. I'm sorry. This apology has been too far long in coming, and I should have said it in front of everyone. But when I finally managed to build up the courage to face my past, the others didn't give me a chance to say it. You're sorry? Why are you apologizing, Commander? As I look at Springfield's smiling face, I realize she understood everything. Yet, the fact that she's asking this question despite knowing the answer is strangely calming. I try to gather my thoughts and say what has been on my mind and heart this whole time. I'm sorry for leaving, and I'm sorry for that damn agreement. I pause, and after thinking for a little bit, I continue speaking. I always thought that signing that agreement and leaving Griffin back was my only choice I could make. I knew it might have not been the best choice, but if it meant everybody could be safe, that you would have a future, then it was a price that I would gladly pay. Springfield keeps watching me, waiting for me to continue. You know, I actually felt some kind of relief when I first came to Yellow Zone. I guess it's a sign of how useless I am. I thought I was arrogant enough to think that this was the only way to give everybody a better future, and that I could escape from those inconvenient realities, but that I didn't want to face. I knew I was wrong, of course, but I couldn't muster up the courage I used to have in order to fight for what I knew was right. A lot of people died, yet I'm still alive. And the only reason I survive is because countless dolls give their lives for me. But do those sacrifices mean anything? I just haven't found the answer to that yet. And so, I drifted through the chaotic world for the past 10 years, trying to find an answer that would put my heart at ease, that would prove I haven't chosen wrongly. But the more I looked, the more lost I felt. I thought that turning back on war meant that I could no longer be used. I thought that giving up the power I had would give everyone peace. But it was pointless in the end. Oh yes, I was no longer being used, but because I was no longer being used at all. And even giving up my rank and position, the mere fact that you were associated with me put you all in danger. In that case, what's even the point of giving up in the first place? You heard what I told Melanie just now, right? Even though I killed William with my own two hands back then, Paradies is going to go strong. and still going to use innocent people for their inhuman experiments. And for me, by giving up everything, I've lost the power to change anything. You know, back in the day, we used to send shoppers whenever we deployed like $25 at once. Even did it for the sake of certain senior of mine. Nowadays, mailing got to scrounge up screws to turn the nuts into bolts. After seeing all this, I really want to ask myself, hey, what the hell are you even doing? You made your choice, but you keep second guessing yourself. Does someone like that even deserve to be called a commander? Do you think that you're a URNC big shot who get elected by just keeping a low profile? In the past, I still had the strength to change something, but now all I can do is endanger all of you and putting it up for some petty resistance. And that is the only thing I can do. I pour all the things I kept in my heart for all this time. Springfield continued listening until there's nothing more to listen to. I raise my mug and take a drink to mask the loss of control. Springfield waits for me to calm down before she slowly begins to speak. I don't think you're running away from anything, and I don't feel like you're using us. You're just punishing yourself. The you who left without saying a word. I finally gathered the courage to look up at Springfield. Her smile was gone, replaced by the stern and serious look that she rarely shows the other. Or do you truly believe that we would forget about you just because you left and were bounded by an agreement? That's not what I meant. Is it? Do you truly not think that way? Think carefully about your answer. It means a lot to me. Of course, I didn't think you'd forget me. Upon seeing the look on my face, Springfield smiles again. Thank goodness. I felt the same way too. Pardon me, Commander. It seems that I was a bit impolite. With what you said, you weren't the only one feeling lost during our 10 years apart. But even if we felt lost, we tried our best to keep living our lives. We lived on, while waiting for the day to come where we meet again. Springfield twirls the tip of her hair around her finger, and as though she's thinking about how to put her thoughts into words. It's true that lost adults left Griffin, and as a result we lost contact with lots of our friends. But why do you think you're powerless now? That's because... Is it because you think that we wouldn't have listened to your orders anymore, now that you're no longer your subordinates? Springfield's word cuts deep, but at the same time, they also leave a cut in my heart of the matter. What right do I have to expect them to risk themselves for my own personal goals? Indeed, what right do I have to demand that they get hurt in order to protect me? Commander, do you know what happened in Griffin Base the day you said goodbye to us? What happened? Nothing happened at all. We still gathered together, we trained together, ran simulation battles together, we uploaded our data together. All the squads were like that. Back then, you were no longer our commander in name, but we continued living the way we did when you were in the base, as though you have never left. The next day came, and the day after that. Those days lasted a very long time until Miss Kalina came to the base and told us that it was time that we took our first steps of our own. She said this in a way that the way that you would have wanted. So, we did. In the past, you always said that you'd be nothing without us. But in reverse, it's also true. If you haven't raised us up the way you had, we wouldn't be our present selves either. to you, we are all specials. Special, unique individuals. And in our hearts, you are the same. This is a bond that we shared with you and you alone. That bond has nothing to do with rank or position, and nothing could ever replace it. The reason that you can become Springfield or Centresi or Macchiato is because you were there. No, even without me, you'd... Springfield shakes her head. Have you ever heard the phrase, every man has two deaths? I think so. A human dies for the first time when their vital function ceases. They die a second time when they're completely forgotten. But it's not like that for us dolls. Tactical dolls were made that they could never truly die. But it also implies that we could never truly be alive either. The only time we came close to living is when we leave memories in the heart of others. And this life has become stronger the deeper and more irreplaceable these memories are. Without you, we would be only dolls that you could see walking around anywhere on the street, filled under the broad categories of cleaning type, combat type, or entertainment type, easily replaced and forgotten with the changing of generations. But you gave us the most important thing in the world, the one thing that truly makes us alive in the world, the unique memories that we share. I don't know if I make myself clear enough, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say, Commander. You made yourself very clear, and you helped me understand a lot of things too. I must tell you this, if you choose to help me, you'll lose everything. Perhaps even this Zucchero that you poured your heart and soul into may no longer exist. Are you alright with that? I like to think that agreement is such as a trial of sorts. It's a challenge for us, and you, a way to test our determination to change the future. I am ready. I believe our friends are ready. Are you ready, Commander? Are you ready to change, to make up your mind and bring about change? I reflect on everything I experienced until now. The shadow of Paradius still looms over the words like a storm cloud, and the big shot stick that this land is just a sandbox they can toy with at their leisure, moving their pawns as they please. And in that case, since I can't change anything by playing through the rule, why don't I flip the table and make my own set of rules? Yeah. Well, there are many unknown variables at play. In the end, I decided to use a simple word to make my promise to Springfield. Meanwhile, the denture gate that had been floating lazily in the air slowly drifts over. Oh my. You do have a silver tongue, Miss Springfield. Meanwhile, the commander writes off all my attempts at persuading him to make fun of him. Whatever shall I do? That's because you really are making fun of me. Oh, how have you wronged me, Miss Springfield? I call for justice in my steed. Miss Dandelion is helping in her own way, Commander. And thanks to Miss Dandelion's arrangement, and the timely communication that we were so successfully by guiding you to the cafe. Is that so? How are things at the safe house? How do you like that scene? Honestly, it was one of the most emotional scenes I've had. I actually really like it. Because you could tell the frustration and basically the sincerity coming out of Springfield, and also like a lot of the regret and like the heavy words behind the commander himself. So I really like this scene. That midget doll has finally finished checking the box. The vital signs of the little mist inside it is deteriorating, and while she's not in danger yet, she's probably gonna find an organ failure like before. I hope that Kalina was able to treat her when we reach Levin. Especially hard for veteran, as you might imagine. I know! Like me! I've been like through that. Girls Frontline 1? I'm an OG. As for the other little lady, she's sleeping very soundly. It looks like she hasn't had a good rest in a long time. Oh, so you are one. Cool. Yeah, I am. Like, I still call them by their old names sometimes. Like YAhooo 2000, G11, HK416, UMP45, 40. Yeah, I'm OG. So, like, the thing is that a lot of the new player, they don't know the significance of Dandelion. They don't know who she is, really, right? But the OGs, they go like, holy shit, this character is something else. The significance of Dandelion, or should I say Olga? Yeah. Macchiato is watching over her. It's strange how she's willing to stay in the safe house and not attend the party. Even though Macchiato has been thinking about the commander all this time, I guess she got embarrassed about meeting him in the flesh. Is that so? She's playing it so coy. What about the information you gathered earlier? I'm working on it. What do you think I've been doing all this time? There's a lot of corporate data in the world that needs to be sorted out through. I'll let you know when I find a lead. After the dolls clean the table, Centressly smears up a s'more glass of snacks and drinks. At everyone's urging, I'm dragging it before the dining table once again. It's always funny how to think that the late addition of a Dandelion, yet she's basically a mainstay of the cast, even though M4 is no longer. Exactly, I know. It's like, I think Dandelion has a different kind of personality, but she herself as a character delivers a different kind of plot device to everything. It's kind of nice though. I feel so much relaxed after talking to Springfield, and my conversation with the other dolls flow a lot more naturally now. The Zucchero's warm welcome is most a definite treat for the dolls, gusturity modules. It seems no matter where it may be, Springfield's cafe is always able to help people forget their troubles and misery. After Zahui clears out the last plate of cookies, the curtain falls on an enjoyable little gathering. Miss Zahui, would you like another glass of chocolate milk? Central LLC has appeared behind the bar once again, upholding a reputation as a Zucchero star employee. No, thank you. I can't really eat anything else. And even with the digestive module install, I don't think I can handle all that food at once. I believe there's a digestive accelerant for regular food in the first aid kit. I'll get that for you. There are cases in the past where Miss Sharkery ate too many snacks before a show, and we had to use them to get her body back into normal shape. Hey! Don't go about airing my dirty laundry in public. Oh. So that's what happened. It's because... It's because Centressly desserts are too yummy. If you like them, feel free to visit anytime, Ms. Zahui. In fact, if you end up becoming our house band and put on an event, you can even taste test the desserts before we're still developing. That sounds delicious. Big Sis will come by and earn good meal if we get a chance. My wife does make bigger foods yet. Dude, I'm so excited when Springfield will come out. I watched the developer live stream earlier, and I don't see her on the list. It looks like we're gonna be getting like, what was it? Vector, Zahui, and who's the other girl? It's not M14. It's I forgot who it was. G11 maybe? I don't know. I know G11's coming out. K2. Oh, K2. Oh, the Korean rifle. It's a deal, then. I sat on the edge of the counter watching the dolls talk and laugh. A surge of nostalgia swells in my heart. I was a drifter even since I left Griffin. The colorful bright days in my memories had been practically washed away and replaced by endless missions, mutated elids, and a collapsed storm screaming through the vast, expansive and barren sands. Meanwhile, those storms carried me further and further away from my path. And now I intend to set foot on this road once more. Can I still tell which way I'd be headed? Gotta get my wise girlfriend. I am saving like everything for Klukai. I have a lot of credits saved up. Ring ring. If my mind wanders, the phone on the counter rings. Springfield. Centrally exchange a look with their faces turning severe. There shouldn't be anyone calling at this time. Manager, want me to pick up? Let me do it. Springfield walks over to the counter and picks up the phone. Hello? This is Zucchero. May I know... Oh. Manager Springfield. You asked me for coffee beans earlier, but what exactly are they being used for? You shouldn't be using this line. You know, it's not safe. You're being watched. How much time do we have? One day. I try my best, but the opposition is far beyond me. I haven't revealed anything about the shipment to anyone on account of our past friendship. Therefore, I hope you get rid of that shipment ASAP to avoid it causing any more trouble. I understand. The other party hangs up. The cafe is almost silent, and the dolls look all up at Springfield. What's going on? Somebody's looking for the location of this cafe. Somebody highly placed. Commander, our location might be exposed. I'm sorry, I got you all caught up in this. No, it's our fault for not being strong enough to properly take care of you. Just in case, we should relocate immediately. How much time do we have? 1 hour. Saying so, Springfield turns to the other dolls. Ladies, I apologize, but as of now, the cafe is entering sleep mode. Sleep mode? Do you mean? Springfield nods, her face stern. Centresi, please place a lock on the main door and close the blinds. Ensure all exits are secured. Sharkery, bring the truck over. We all gathered at the safe house. What's the plan? We still need to get the live-in. I asked for an intelligence broker to negotiate with the city's security department. Once we have ensured the surrounding area is safe, Centresi will escort you out of the city with a travel permit. However, you'll need to hide in the cargo compartment of the truck later, as a crate of coffee beans. Can't say more. Our reply is only half serious. Springfield chuckles and relaxes me for a little bit. I'll have Macchiato bring the girls over to meet you at the landing pad. The helicopter has been fueled up and it has takeoff clearance, so you may have an upcoming journey be a little quicker. What will you do after that? The Zucchero will be closed for a while to weather the storm. We'll shift our intelligence gathering work to a more clandestine location. Once we've ensured everything is safe, I'll contact you through new means. In order to ensure communication, Centresi will be traveling with you. She'll be following me? She's been very helpful in combat and daily life. In addition, she's very familiar with Zucchero's intelligence network. I'm pretty sure she'll be helpful by your side. Springfield approves. Springfield's approving gaze makes me realize that they've planned for all of this ahead of time. I nod and signal my asset to Springfield's plan. Ladies on Monsoon, what do you intend to do now? Well, if you don't mind, we would like to serve under the commander once again. Miss Dandelion said you're in great need of fighting strength now. Am I correct? Yeah, sometimes I don't know how to say it. Is it Zucchero or Zucchero? I'm not sure. They never actually say it. There's no better than picking me. There's no fighting to be done. Isn't that right, Zahui? Well, it's not like you're good at anything besides fighting. Zucchero. Oh, okay. As if. All right, then. I'll be counting on you to help. I'll be counting on you for help in the future. Che. Ah, okay. Casting my doubts aside, I nod to the dolls. The dolls respond to me in kind, and they begin gearing themselves up. After checking all the exits, Centralesi returns to me, fully outfitted for battle. Her pistol and combat knives are hidden under her staffer uniform, and her apron, a symbol of cleanliness, hides her spare magazine and grenades. There's a long rectangular case by her feet. I know there's at least one Stromgweiler 36 assault rifle in there. She gives me an earnest look. as though she wants to use her gaze to prove her reliability as a Springfield's plan. Please come with me, Commander. With Master. I'll be your care for what happens next. I've just entered. Each exit is secure. The truck is parked at Zucchero back door. God damn it. We can move out at any time you're ready. What's the matter? It's an urgent call from Elmo. Would you like to take? Call from Elmo? Did Groza and the other run into trouble while trying to meet up with 404? A sense of foreboding fills my heart as I scramble to pick up. Groza, what happened? Do I have an effect for like radio comms? That's not it. Nope, that's not it either. Nope. I don't have an effect. Commander, we're being followed by unknown enemies. The opposition is closing into Elmo at high speed. They've already launched a direct attack against us, and after making necessary responses, I suspect the opposition might be trying to board Elmo. You may need your leadership and judgment for the upcoming battle. Unknown enemies, you say? What are their numbers and what makeup? From what I can tell, the enemy is using 10 plus armored combat vehicles and at least 80 plus infantry. Armored vehicles? Could it be Magni again? Having Malin increases Elmo's speed. Keep your distance away from the enemy armor and tell the Elmo's coordinates and surrounding coordinates. The enemies have heavy weapon, and so the Elmo is currently in defense mode. Defense mode, huh? Also, the enemy has active electronic warfare equipment. We lost partial radar functionality and cannot download the real-time data on the surrounding terrain. That's fine. I know the terrain over there as well. I need the exact coordinates. Groza sends them over. From memory, I recall a rough layout in the region that Groza gives the location. There's a pass 10 kilometers northwest of the Elmo. It's an abandoned town in it. If the enemy wants to board the Elmo, they want to shrink their perimeter. Once you're surrounded, there'll be no escape. Therefore, you must find terrain to disrupt their plan to encircle you. That pass is a good place for it. In short, get to Elmo there ASAP. Does that mean we'll be disabling defense mode and breaking through their barricade? But if we do that, the Elmo might sustain severe damage. Letting them board the Elmo would be more dangerous than that. Understood. As I respond to Groza's question, I think hard about how to handle this, what is to come. As expected, picking up the 404 wouldn't go as planned. Over a dozen enemy in IFV means that there's no small amount, and Groza will probably have a hard time dealing with it herself. However, the Helena escort mission was only half completed. We aren't too far from Lviv. If we bring the girls back to the Elmo, escorting there would probably be much harder, considering the enemy has already been alerted. Springfield seems to have seen through my worries, because she turns to me from where she's standing and heads to the side of the table to speak. Commander, please allow me, allow Macchiato and myself to escort Helena. What? I was plotting a course just now. The route to Lviv is from here is covered in Zucchero's intelligence network. Zucchero. Okay, that's good. That's actually a lot easier to say. I'm also familiar with the inner working on the Intercontinental Railway, so Macchiato can send the box in this clandestine way. I'm sure that Miss Dandelion will help me as well, right? Oh, what will I do with you? I suppose I'll give a generating flawless fake ID so you can board the train as VIPs. Please and thank you. You should take the dolls and Miss Melanie to the helicopter with you. They'll be safer that way. So, Melanie's coming with me too? Right now, there's nobody more suitable in protecting her than you. Traveling with two Helena is too risky. I'd love to hear more Dandelion voice acting, but we're gonna have to wait until the next event. For sure, actually. And like, you know, the events, each event here is like crucial to the main story too. Like everything, it's like falling into place. I actually love how the development team is handling the events. I kind of wish there's more content though, in between. Since you brought us out into the darkness and into the light, you should prepare to take full responsibility for your actions. You do have a point. Since I've already decided, I contact Rosa again to inform her of my plans. Meanwhile, Springfield studies the files in her hand and thinks about how to best handle upcoming battle. Sharky would take the truck and bring everybody to the landing pad outside the city. You'll be piloting the helicopter later, so do everything the commander says. Huh? What about you, manager? I'll contact Macchiato. We'll prepare to send Helena over. We'll arrange for Kofi and Melanie to arrive safely at the landing pad. Aren't you coming with us, manager? And what about Zucchero? As long as we're around, we can set up Zucchero anywhere. Don't worry, I'll come find you on the Elmo once the mission is over. Commander, make sure that you have to make room for Zucchero's latest outlet, okay? I'll be waiting for you. I calm myself and look at the doll with gratitude in my eyes. That familiar sense of security and confidence has returned to me. Thank you. I'm glad that you're all here. The girl smiled at me in a way of response, and then we swing into action. Central SC opens up the door, revealing a truck with Zucchero's logo on it. Stay safe. I'll see you guys on the Elmo. All the best. We loaded up the truck, leaving Springfield behind. As the rear door closes, I take one last look at the place and the safe house which has sheltered me. Even for just a moment, and the truck's engine revs up, I disappear into the coffin-scented darkness. AKA, a box full of coffee beans. What is this? Is this where, when we're fighting against the guys who are encircling us? It literally is the... It is the peoples. Which I can just easily just like auto battle. I wonder if I can finish this event by the end of tonight. Why did she go last? Oh, well, it doesn't matter. I guess. Oh, there's quite a bit, so. What? Oh, sextons. Several hours later earlier on the Elmo, Rosa examines the sexton who has been tousled up like a Christmas turkey. Her frame is in ruin because half the synthetic skin on her face is gone. Her body lays limp on the way that cannot be described as a human because not a single of her joint remains intact. Beside her is Nemesis, who's keeping an eye on her with a gun in her hand. Oh dear, you won't be able to get on stage with makeup like that. I wish I could sock her a couple more times on her right side. That way her face will look more even. Oh, you just don't get it, Crosha? Asymmetry is the latest trend now, like with my stockings. I don't give a thing about a trend, and I am a professional beating up dolls until they cannot get up again. Vespli and Krollik's banter fits past Groza's neural cloud, not even leaving a ripple in its wake. Clearly her neural cloud is occupied with the matter at hand, and has no space to store such redundant data. Are you worried, leader? Would you like Vespli to sing you a song? Vespli knows all kinds of songs to lighten up the mood. Worried? About her? Just look at her. Her core components are pretty much all written off. I don't think even rebooting her would be a stretch. My guess is the leader's thinking about how best to sell her off for scraps. You don't understand others' feeling, Crosha. As an idol, Vespli has to be sensitive at all times in order to pick up fans' feeling. Therefore, I'm sure the leader must be worried about sextons. You want Vespli to tell you about your worries? All the Elmo's fighters are gathered in a repair bay. Groza gazes never once left Sexton. She looks like a third-rate doll from head to toe. And the 9th time, she's then unconsciously frowns. While her body shouldn't be able to pose a direct threat to us given the circumstances, it also means that she won't be able to obtain any useful information from her either. Isn't that a good thing? Sounds like you're saying that her neural cloud is busted and she can't possibly be a threat to us anymore. Does that mean that she managed to crawl on her feet? There's no way that she can fight us with one leg. I've seen tons of half-scrap dolls like this do this in the past. Rosa shakes her head. Since the commander entrusted me with the command of the Elmo to me, I need to ensure that everything on the Elmo is running smoothly before he returns. I can't return to the ops room without figuring out just what is she trying to accomplish. Rosa examines Sexton's body again, but in the same time, no matter how she checks, in fact, some more damaged molecule begins to crackle and sparkle. If only her neurocloud wasn't so badly damaged, we might be able to recover her memories through the safe means. But why don't I give her a kick or two? Supposedly that's how it works for fixing broken TVs in the previous century. Kralik rears up to Juice to do that, but Rosa stops her. Wait, Kralik, don't be rash. Her neural logs are completely destroyed and she's in a fragile state right now. If we handle this poorly, she might cause her neural cloud to go to a meltdown. We'll have lost our last clue. Ah, yes. Didn't that dandelion person say that she analyzes Sexton's neural cloud? What did she find? I looked through the finding, but there wasn't much useful information there. Mostly just badly damaged and incomplete fragments. That just means that her neural clouds were wiped before she came here. However, it doesn't bring us any closer to figuring out why she showed up. Kralik scratches her head. She doesn't quite understand why Groza is so bothered up by this matter, even though Sexton is an enemy. She's one internal overload from being scorched to ash, so there's no way she can achieve her aim no matter what her reason for her turning up here. Isn't she being too paranoid to have the Elmos camp out in the yellow zone because of something like that? You know, leader, you should stop thinking about much about these things. We could go pick up those 404 people, then wait for the commander to come back and figure out the rest. Wouldn't that work? Like, if you're really that worried, we could dismantle her limbs, torso, and head, their components parts into a point where not even mailing can piece them all together again. No, that's not what's bothering me. Rosa does not continue. Other dolls and the Elmo have no idea what the commander has been through in his past. But how did she, as a former subordinate, end up meeting with the commander again? Indeed, why has she reunited with the commander? Why has it been her specifically? Rosa never considered that question in detail, or rather, she doesn't dare carefully examine the reason for it. If the commander simply hides away his identity as a bounty hunter in the yellow zone, burying unspeakable past under his collapsed storms and endless spans of sand, never speaking of it again, then she can stay continuing by commander's side and protecting without a second thought until the commander no longer needs her. But now that Paradius has risen up again and standing in the commander's path again, she knows that there's no way the commander would just simply ignore them. Whether the commander has been drawn in some sort of conspiracy or that has been actively intervening in the matter, everything has been that she's been desperately trying to protect in the past 10 years will be wiped away in a blink of an eye. And when that time comes, she might not be able to serve as her adjacent any longer. She may end up becoming a useless burden. Or perhaps a ticking time bomb. She doesn't even know if Sexton's presence here is because of her. Leader? Were you spacing out? Come to think of it, you've been spacing out of it ever since we got back from the red zone. Time for Vespoli to take the stage. I'll sing a love song for you, leader. Don't start singing out of nowhere. Where do you think you're you think that you're a Disney princess or something? But if you're sad, singing is the best way to chase off your bad feeling. It's like a magical spell. And that's how it always is in anime and cartoons. As the two of them go back and forth, Rosa vigorously shakes her head, like she's trying to calm herself. The most important thing right now is to take care of what's in front of her, or at least, she needs to finish the task that the commander has given her before thinking about other things. Sorry, my neural cloud was occupied with other things just now. In any case, to ensure that the safety on board everybody on the Elmo, I need to check Sexton before making my decision. Kralik shrugs. She doesn't fully agree with Groza's point of view, but she trusts the leader enough not to protest any further. Once again, Groza brings up the analysis report that Dandelion left behind in an attempt to learn something from it. Of course, she can't read it, so many times what she can do right now is try to extract the smallest scrap of information from any place that she can. Just as she's reading the report again, a footnote of section of destroyed content draws her attention. It's probably preserved whole because it's not an important part of the neural log. She opens the document and reads it. Test subject notes. Model, blank. Project development unit has no intel, blank. Personally present, has undergone ego growth and currently developing an independent, blank, personality. No obvious defect detected in blank. Perceives self overall executor of blank. Currently in charge of blank transfer to quasi full immune individual recovery. Performs with an excellent compared to other product with the same cohort. Possesses a psyche with human-like thought patterns. Initial observation suggests that satisfaction for the criteria of the blank experiment. It looks like the person who handled this information was very cautious. Even a footnote like the sexton's base layer was thoroughly scrubbed. Even so, Groza has still gained valuable information clue from this. Satisfaction of experimental criteria? I never heard anything about third generation dolls being used as test subject. Test subject? You mean like that Pinky? Groza has obviously noticed that. However, Helena is a quasi-full immune individual. That means that one can still speculate on her experimental uses. However, what exactly is the objective of this experiment conducting on a doll like Sexton? Seemingly interested in Groza's discovery, Kralik tries to make sense of the meaning of the message like Groza's doing. Naturally, she has no idea what she's talking about. What the hell? It doesn't make any sense at all. Why is her brain part way so weird? No wonder she pissed me off so much. Still, since knowing something like this had been like this in her neural log, there must be other things that are a much deeper place. But under these conditions, we cannot be able to analyze her further, right? The equipment from the Elmo can manage the level of the neural cloud's restoration. Actually, there is another way. We can directly connect her to level 3 base layer and obtain her neural cloud information that way. Her level 3? Leader, are you seriously going to connect your mind to somebody as scary as her? Indeed. But if you get counter-hacked, I won't. Dandelion has analyzed her neural cloud. If there's a risk that something like that has existed, she would have popped up to warn me beforehand. I don't trust that Dentrigate writer one bit. Well, since the commander trusts her, and it's the only way to figure out why Sexton has showed up in here. Kralik, I'll need the help from you and Vespli to enter Sexton level 3. I've uploaded a neural backup to the cloud. If anything happens, cut the connection immediately. Alright, leader. Don't force yourself into something if you run into anything. Don't worry, I understand. Nemesis, you're in charge of minding Sexton's frame. Nemesis nods silently. Alright, let's begin. Groza researches out to connect to Sexton's neural cloud. Since the data has been wiped, she meets with no resistance when entering. A flash of blue light darts through Sexton's eye and exposing the mechanical endostructural to make an opening and closing like a little scary. As a faint spark crackles at the end of the severed power cable, her eyes opens again. Nemesis immediately raises her gun and goes to the highest level of alert. Alright, so we're at level 3 now. Leader, her level 2 is open. We'll break into her firewall now. But you have to go into her level 3 alone. Leader, be careful. Yeah, I'll be fine. Let's see what I have here. Oh, I'm just gonna like eviscerate her in the first turn. It's just Sexton, right? Renee's total lol. She just boom. That's it. It was almost one-shotted. So this is the base layer of a third generation doll. Rosa continues to advance through the endless fog. The neural wipe has caused the landscape to represent Sexton's data module to take on a bizarre and twisted form. She tries to extract the useful data, but her search remains fruitless after so long. Before her, lies a fathom of darkness as well as an unyielding void. Just as she's about to hear up, she hears a voice. The voice seems to be coming from far away, muffled, even a little bit distorted. Who are you? Why have you come here? Are you like me? Do you have an insoluble doubts too? Can you answer my question? Your questions? Why exactly was I born? Were my efforts destined to be futile? Was I born to die? I don't know. I need to know more about your order to resolve your confusion. Why exactly was I born? Were my efforts destined to be futile? Why was I born to die? The question as this level 3 space fills Groza's mind. She continues moving forward as though she's trying to escape the voice. It grows more and more in distance until it finally vanishes into the void. Is that a neural fragment that she left behind? Though she can't exactly tell where she's going, Groza has a feeling that she's headed somewhere deeper. After passing through another patch of fog, a blurry scene appears for her. It seems to be some kind of hall, light coming over her head, like a pair of inquisitive eyes. We did it! Made from the effort of countless humans, built on a pile of gold and collapsed pieces? A combination of cutting-edge, next generation technology, the supreme expression of all automotives doll. An incomparable elite product. Third generation doll. Third generation doll? Is that me? The voice keeps going. Comprehensive, fast, strong. Not a single word can describe this product. Backed by all-encompassing database and ever-shifting algorithm, we'll use the world's most intelligent brain and find his weapon to perpetuate a perfect herself. And in the end, she'll cast off her shell and become an entity that surpasses all. There's a loud and sustained applause. As the voice grows distant, the scene before Groza becomes more clear instead. Groza is not familiar with the sensation. It's like when a dull ego develops within the neural cloud, like a seed germinating through the level 3 base layer. Feeling around as sensory modules and nutrients breaking through the data flow of level 2 before blossoming into a metallic skeleton, muscle fiber bundles, conductive organ, and resin skin of level 1. She almost forgotten this feeling, but now she's slowly recalling it. That's right, I'm an entity that will surpass all. I will become the strongest doll. Not just a doll. I will become a new life form that is so close to humanity as no one can be. No, I'll surpass humanity itself. Groza silently listens to Sexton's voice as it becomes clearer and clearer. Something seems to be glowing on the side of the void, a crystallized subsection that reflects faintly light, and finally when it comes to halt in front of Groza, she tries to grab it, but it shatters instead before quickly reforming. The scene before her changes to a lavish office. Velvet curtain hangs from the ceiling and spills to the ground before a set of full-height windows. Sexton emerges from the shadow and stops in front of the curtain, bathing in the sunlight that shines through the room and looking on the city beneath her. Behind her, the sound of footsteps approaches with a low voice speaks. It seems to belong to somebody else, yet it seems to be Sexton's own voice. The God who made you is dead. His spirit shall be reborn in your body. You shall become an avatar of truth and mortality, creating a standard of power and value. You will own all, control all. Unbounded by rule, you shall become the greatest being in the world. You'll gain absolute freedom and look upon all existence. You will endure the purest of pain, and from your suffering shall be forged the most unbending will. You'll bear the seed of infinite possibility and become a grail that can carry words. Sexton slowly turns and raises an arm, bowing before that void, informing the void in her usual way. As you wish, Your Excellency. The room vanishes into nothingness. The object hovering before her gradually takes form. Like a ball of light, it connects to the entire void. Rosa doesn't know exactly how to describe, but it seems like something has been in her own base layer. But it was nowhere as clear and bright as what she's seeing now. Then the light scatters, the void and emulates everywhere. I did it. I've finally become the most perfect life form in the world. I can transcend the shackles of consciousness and the limitation of intelligence, even time itself. I can surpass all these chains that once bounded humanity. No, not yet. This is not enough. Rosa suddenly feels a stabbing pain in her brain. No, dolls shouldn't feel pain, so what is this? No, don't. Why? Why am I feeling pain? Why? What are you doing to me? I told you right. You will endure the purest of pain. Stop it! Stop it! You can't do this to me. I'll die! Wouldn't dying be worth what you become a god? No. 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 I don't want to become a god that you're talking about. Man is a rope stretched between animal and the Superman. A rope over an abyss. Now you walk this road and accept your evolution, O Grail. Amidst the pain, Rosa opens her eyes, trying to make sense of what just happened before her. Yes. She is inside a lab. 2 lab-coated human researchers seem to be working on something. One of them seems to be leisurely back in an armchair, arms folded, and looking at her in amusement. The other seems to be moving between several terminals. With every operation in a terminal, Rosa feels a mutilated, extreme sensation flash through her neural cloud. This is hell. This is heaven. And this is also a world of men. Increase the output. Are you sure you want to do that? Her neural cloud is completely break down. Her neural cloud is not important. Even the loftiest grail between gold is nothing more than a container used to hold the essence of the divine. All of our experiment needs to be on this body so they confuse with Jeez. Something breaks. Rosa feels herself falling from the void. She tumbles down through the abyss for a very long time until time and space itself loses all meaning for her. And she finally hits the ground and passes out. OT-14. Groza. Groza opens her eyes. Commander? Thank goodness, you're functioning again. Your neural cloud was so badly damaged, I thought we would never be able to fix it. Rosa looks around and finds herself in an unfamiliar vehicle. Outside the scenery, rapidly receding into the distance, and the sand dunes clear as the sky, indicating that the collapse storm had just passed. Meanwhile, the bay she currently is empty except for the repair pod that she occupies, which glows in the faint light. This is the Elmo. Do you remember this place? Elmo? I found you in an abandoned quarry nearby. So, do you remember why you ended up there? Rosa tries her best to retrieve the relevant information from her neural cloud. Why was I abandoned? I was in an abandoned quarry. Why does she still remember? She can't remember. Does she not remember? There's nothing in her neural cloud. Everything is blank. I don't know. Really? So, are you still in Griffin? Griffin? What's that? Looks like your neural module might have been damaged. Never mind. The past doesn't matter anymore. You can stay here and rest up for now. We'll worry about the rest over time. Thank you, Commander. Wait a minute. You remember me? You're the Commander. So you only remember me, huh? Maybe your module is taking a varying level of damage. Looks like you're fully charged now. Want to stand up and see if you can move around? The door to the repair bay opens. Rosa stands there dumbly, looking at the man who's holding her hand out to her. She reaches her hand out to him as well. She remembers the sensation, this warmth, and suddenly her outstretched hand transforms into a knife and she stabs the person in front of her. Bright red splashes everywhere, staining Rosa's visual module. No, no, no! Commander! Leader? Leader! Rosa opens her eyes. She dazes for a moment. When she comes to her senses, she realizes she's laying on the floor and almost dead. It's the same repair bay as before, but compared to her dream, there are many more machines here and many more familiar faces. One of them in particular is gazing at her with dewy eyes. Mailing? Leader, thank goodness! You're okay? I thought you'd never wake up. Mailing looks like she's barely able to hold back her tears. Looking around, Rosa also knows the other members of the Elmo feel the same way. What happened? Leader, your frame function went abnormal just now, and your neural cloud was in high ambient. So I forcibly tried to cut the connection. Are you feeling alright? I just activated the repair pod. If you don't feel well, I can make some last minute adjustment for you. I'm okay. You feeling alright? You've been really tired lately. And then the commander... No, it's alright. Rosa immediately feels how awkward the words sounds as she says them. She looks at Mei Ling's face, then the latter seems shocked. Sorry, I'm a little... It's my fault. If only I stopped you in time. It's not my fault for not protecting you, leader. It's okay. I'm okay now. Rosa pulls herself together and sits up. Besides her, Sexton just looks like as she did before Rosa entered her neural cloud. Except several of the thin connecting on some of the parts seems to be more scorched now. Did she make any funny moves while I was connected to her to level 3? Nemesis shakes her head. Good. Rosa rubs across the port of the back of her head, right after she realizes something. Oh yes, Malin, about the commander. How is the commander and others doing now? I just received a call from the satellite city. A shopkeeper called Springfield said that they're lodging the commander for the time being and told us not to worry. Springfield? Miss Daniel and I say they run into a bit of trouble, but it was still manageable. But we should organize a finding for now. Okay, Rosa carefully organizes her thought. As she goes through her module, she describes what she encountered in Sexton's level 3 to Mailing and the other. Naturally, she omitted the dreams she once had. So that means her neural cloud melted down during the fusion experiment? It seems that the experiment was data protected, so I couldn't learn his name. I mean, I already knew that she had a big head, but I didn't expect her to actually become... So she could become a so-called god. Honestly, it's no surprise she ended up this way. God already fallen. Yeah, I think everyone can understand that. Finally, Nemesis lyrics aren't so obscure anymore. While Vespa couldn't quite get them, it's a good start. In any case, I'm sure Sexton's hiding many more secrets. We'll guard this place in shifts until the commander comes back. We mustn't allow anything to happen to this frame. You should get some rest and let Vespa handle the first shift. Vespa is good at being an opening act and becoming the focus of everyone's attention. Thank you. Mailing, give me an update on 404's latest position. We'll meet up with them ASAP. This way we won't have to split our attention between them and Sexton. Yep, I just got a message from Lena. It says that the 404's most recent location. Mark it on the radar map. Full speed ahead. Roger.
これで好きなことをする時間ができましたね。
Holy, that was long. There's a lot in this event. It's a lot to unpack. The Elmo advances steadily as Mei Ling is at the helm. Long periods of staring of unchanging scenery starts to take a toll on the stamina. Mei Ling yawns and switches to Elmo to cruise control. Things aren't going that well. I'm getting a bit bored. Shh, don't jinx it. Mei Ling hurries to cover her mouth and looks around. Wake up, Haru, it's time to hunt monster. What? No, I need to finish this story, dude. This story is I need to finish this one. I'll do Monster Hunter some other time. Maybe I'll play a little bit tonight or something. I don't know. There's no enemies or elids in sight. Not even the collapsed particle storms usually fill the sky. The only thing visible is the sand that carries the howling winds, crashing against the Elmo's window. Still, it's too quiet. Leader, don't you think that something is wrong? Rosa is standing by the Elmo's hatch, intently watching the unchanging scenery. Normally speaking, dolls do not get bored, and for Rosa, she could easily deal with that by running simulations in her neural cloud. Yet, she is not doing so. Kralik is right. Things are too quiet. If nothing else, this lack of activity is abnormal, considering they're heading toward the 4-force position. Maintain Class 1 alert. Got it. The Elmo leaves 2 parallel tracks in the desert. As they're driving through the expansive open terrain, they reach several sprawling sand dunes. Just then, Rosa realizes something. Stop. Then, Mainland suddenly brakes and Elmo grinds to a complete halt. The inertia of the sudden halt sends all manners of items flying to the ground, and the air fills with sounds of glasses breaking and metallic objects falling. Leader, what happened? There might be an ambush ahead. Mainland, turn out the sensor to maximum power and begin scanning our surroundings for heat sources. Roger. Mainland does this as Rosa commanded and maxes out the sensory output. However, before a single IR image can be displayed, an IFV appears from behind a sand dune. Ajeton, we have arrived at the location of the radar contact. Is that the Elmo? The intel broker was right. He really is here. Easy, Kenny. This MBV owner is a tough nut to crack. Everybody get ready for combat. We need to face the upcoming battle in top condition. Roger. The IFV hatch was open and the head pokes out. Lentine takes off her helmet and shocks a red pill spilled into her, and a shock of red hair spills out as she leans against IFV's roof. All Rhino units lock onto the target and surround it. 12 IFV emerges from behind the dune, racing toward Elmo's position. Rhino 4, 6, 12. Circle behind the dunes, flank them and cut off their escape. Rhino 7, engage ECM and protect the flanks of an advancing team. All other Rhino unit, raise your toll missiles. Engaging the flank raid team, force the MPVN into your kill zone. Yes, ma'am! The ISV split up and race toward the designated position. After giving her troops the order, Lentine folds her arm and stands on the roof of her vehicle, narrowing her eyes as she looks at the Elmo in the distance. Even if you have a few elite dolls, I doubt you'll be able to hold up a wolf pack delivering such heavy firepower, right? Elmo responds quickly, and a rapid selection of the ideal roads to their destination. Although they did not drive into the kill box set up by the ambushers, left side flankers moved to cut off the Elmo's escape route. This forced the Elmo to change course and avoid the larboard convoy's attack. However, upon changing courses, the IFV convoy on the other side had been lying in wait comes into view. The Elmo driver notices this and once again makes an emergency turn. Unfortunately, the ambushing IFV is ready to launch their anti-tank missiles. Fire! The missile streaks out of their tubes, tracers, a series of projectiles through the air before exploding around the Elmo. While Elmo's peculiar force field deflected those attacks, its shielding cannot withstand a sustained barrage of this level. If the Elmo takes any more missiles like that, it'll probably be dead in the sand dunes enough. There's too many of them. Leader, what should we do? They've cut us off. Rosa studies the densely packed contacts in the radar display. Due to the active damaging charting in the Elmo sensor, it cannot be displayed at the precise location of each ISV, forcing them to determine the enemy position with just their eyes. Calm down. Mainland, switch to Elmo to defense mode. We'll observe the enemy movements. Okay. Nemesis in position? Mainland does as Rosa orders, and as she works on the control terminal, the armor shutter slowly slides down and the Elmo's windows turning into an impenetrable steel fortress. However, the running gears is also affected by the armor protection and the Elmo's speed visibly drops as a result. Nemesis already climbed to the roof of the launch pad and taken up position to the enemy's attack. She's already taken down several long-range missiles with her accurate fire. The ambusher's detachment fires their missiles again. Nemesis shoots them down again, but they're just too many for her to respond to, and 2 missiles manage to hit the Elmo. They fire a volley again, and after Nemesis shoots most of them down, there's only one left which hits the Elmo. And then, as though they already tested the Elmo's ability to withstand their attack, the enemy does not continue the offensive. While the radar cannot actually propel to the location, Groza can use the thermal imagery from the external camera to tell which several IFVs circling the Elmo from different directions. Although the Elmo probably can fight for a while these IFVs have a mission to rescue. They have a mission to rescue Hyde 404, which means they have no time to waste on their opponents. In addition, they don't even know where the enemy's objective is and where they're getting the reinforcements in. Nemesis, see if you can keep them from approaching. Nemesis nods and starts beginning to take out shots at the IFVs. Like drizzling rain covering tracks of the Wayfarer. No good. Her bullets can't penetrate the IFV armor. The enemy doesn't seem to want to step out of their vehicles either. Say, you think they're trying to board the Elmo? That's definitely possible. As she gathers the information, Groza simulates a way to break the stalemate from her neural cloud. Since they've taken precaution against the Elmo sniper, it means they must be familiar with Elmo's personnel deployment. At least they know that they have a sniper Nemesis on board. Also, mobilizing all these IFV indicates they know how Elmo can switch between offensive and defensive mode. An MBV like Elmo is not a common sight in the Yellow Zone, but they seem to be more familiar with them. Clearly, they've done their homework before coming here. At the very least, they gathered plenty of information related to the Elmo. Could the enemy be be connected to the commander? Oh, probably. In that case, this might not be a situation that she can resolve by herself. Can't be helped. Everybody, man your position on contacting commander. Groza keys her ear mic and sends a transmission to a special channel reserved for emergency communication. The ringtone plays for several seconds before her voice answers.
Groza, what's happening?
Commander, we're being followed by unknown enemy. The opposition is closing on the Elmo at high speed. They've already launched several direct attacks against it, but we're making the necessary response. I suspect that the opposition might be trying to board the Elmo. We may need your leadership and judgment for the upcoming battle.
Unknown enemies, you say? What's their number and makeup?
But I can tell the enemy's using 10 plus armor car vehicles and at least 80 infantry.
Armored vehicles? Could it be Maggie again?
Have Maylin increase
The Elmo speed. Keep your distance away from the enemy armor and tell me the Elmo's coordinate and surrounding condition.
The enemy has heavy weapons and Elmo is currently in defense mode.
Defense modes.
Also, the enemy has several electronic warfare equipment. We lost a particular radar function and cannot download the real-time data surrounding them.
That's fine. I know terrain well over there. I just need the exact coordinate.
Groza sends the coordinate over the voice. The radio goes silent. After some thought, the commander issues precise orders. It's so precise that the orders will always put Groza at ease during emergencies.
There's a pass. 10 kilometers northwest from the Elmo. Abandoned town in it. If the enemy wants to board the Elmo, they want to shrink their perimeter. Once you're surrounded, there'll be no escape. Therefore, you must find a terrain that disrupts their plan to encircle you. That's a pass is a good place for it. In short, get the Elmo there ASAP. Does that mean it would be disabling defense mode and breaking through their barricade? But if we do that, the Elmo might sustain
Severe damage.
letting them board the Elmo more dangerous than that.
Understood. Somebody else seems to be talking on the other side. After a brief conversation, the commander speaks to the transmission again. Think of a way to get the Elmo over there.
Use the pass to block the enemy's pursuit. I'm heading up there to help you right now.
Commander, are you rushing back? But if it's just you and Colfie.
Relax. We have some old friends along the way. They'll be returning to Elmo with me.
Are they ex-Griffin dolls? I'll draft a combat plan based on the reinforcements you bring back. Groza seems to realize that she seems to be placing too much emphasis on the last part, so she quickly supplements her word. Fortunately, the commander doesn't seem to have noticed it.
Yeah. I'll be bringing back 5 extra dolls. We'll be returning by helicopter.
Understood. I'll keep the Elmo and everybody safe until you return.
Thank you, Groza.
The commander hangs up. Groza stands in the op room, both hands on the main terminal, her mind deep in thought. Then she raises her head and stares at ISVs approaching the Elmo. Malin, deactivate the Elmo's defense mode. Eh? But the force field is going to collapse at any moment. The Elmo's going to take severe damage, so if we do that... I know, but these are Commander's orders. Change course now, divert all engines, all power to engines, and accelerate to maximum speed. Head northwest to past 10 kilometers from here. That's our objective. Once we drive there, we'll dismount and destroy the path to make our wake slow the enemy's pursuit while waiting for the commander to return with reinforcements. Will do. I'll give it a try. With the Elmo's defense mode deactivated, the sound of machine gun fire, grenades, and cannon blasts washes over the Elmo. The opposition's furiously bombards fills the ops room with deafening alarm. But Groza is undeterred. Instead, she systematically works on a control stick and her eyes focus on the destination of the battle assigned to her. Yo, Mon, how you doing? She has to get there. She has to ensure that Elmo and the crew is safe until the commander gets back. And after that, when there's many more people around to protect the commander, then it'll probably be the final task she performs for him. Lentine sits in her ISV, puffing furiously on her cigarette while she watches the MPV and deploying a shield through the pane of glass. Before she has encircled Elmo, the next step will be to close the net, then board it and seize control. There's too many questions in her mind, and she's eager to have them answered. This thing is harder than expected! What's the status on our missile storage? We have 24 more shots. That's enough. Have the Rhino cease fire for now. Use them all up when we launch an all-out assault. Yo, Mon, so you're mostly staying up late watching streams. Ah, I see. The night studying. I usually do that. I actually function way better to study at night than I am at the day. Adjacent, shouldn't we call our people back when we're trying to board the MBV? With all due respect, the people we have here are ordinary Magi security troops. They're nowhere near as well trained as having us. Having them attempt to board it would be suicidal. Well, I don't really care about casualty. If this mission fails... Have you blown up all the signal markers in the region designated by the brass? They're all gone. Then that's perfect. Without a signal marker, nobody will make calls out to the outside. As our AO, sounds like a perfect mission completion to me. Also, we have the military drone surveillance on this mission. Even if somebody were to cut in, we have enough time to hunt them down later. Plus, it's not like I'm actually gonna let those rookies fight those crazy dolls in close combat. I only do that because I have a terrible sleep schedule. Honestly, that is so real. Me too. I do my best, though. I do my damn best. Our objective is to make the vehicle commander think that we're gonna board them. Have our people stand by and wait for further orders. Kenny is clear. These to Lentine's habit. It doesn't probe further. The assaulting ISV draw closer to Elmo, while Lentine keeps her eyes focused on the screen, as though she's waiting for something. The charging rhinos are now 1 kilometer away from the enemy. Still no response? Lentine anxiously studies the position of the ISV and Elmo, leaving a deep teeth print on her cigarette. Adjacent, the enemy's ISV is on the move. The MPV seems to realize that they can't keep up with them prodding like that. Moments later, the Elmo drive system reveals themselves in defense mode, plating armor rise, and retracts its storage. Although the modus, which takes less than a minute, is enough for the Magi security forces to launch a vicious attack. At last. Kenny, have the Rhinos launch all remaining missiles now. Explosions rocked the MPV as Lentine's order is executed. Out of the MPV's doll do their best to intercept the incoming projectile. The saturation missile strikes overwhelms the MPV's shielding and scores a direct hit on the superstructure. The unarmored part of the deck is instantly potholed and the high-strength polycarbonate windows begin to crack. By the time the dust clears, MPV has barely managed to finish its mode changing. The MPV before the Magi security forces drags a polymarked shells along and turning at unexpected speed, rushing towards an opening that the PMC force couldn't seal off in time. Very wise decision. Nobody else would have made that choice. Rhino 4, have your force concentrate fire on MBV's undercarriage. Several autocannons roar as they blast away the Elmo's rearing gear. While each individual shell is not too devastating, the sustained barrage deals tremendous damage on the hulking MPV. However, the Elmo seems to be intent on breaking out of the encirclement and ignores the attack from an ISV around it, driving the face of the shell raining down on it and some unknown destination. Behind it, the Magi security forces are in hot pursuit. There's multiple hits on the gear, but autocannon causes the low-bearing wheels to fall during their mounting. As a result, the Elmo shakes violently as it traverses at high speed. However, the driver's technique at the MV stabilizes itself as it lips out of the Magi's security blockade. Yes, careful, thought out, and determined. The teen studies the direction where the Elmo is headed and then the topographical map of the region. After zooming out repeatedly, she sees an abandoned town to the northwest. The MBV have broken out of the encirclement. They're picking up speed, and our ISV can't catch up with them. That's fine. You think they can escape now that we know where they're headed? Where they're going anyways? Here. Lantine points at the screen, indicating the town with her cigarette, then pats Kenny on the shoulder. This is the only place that'll let them escape their encirclement. I want to praise them for finding a way out so soon. But isn't that... The coordinate of the town in question has open units icon on it. Have our ambush forces prepare for battle. Our guest is coming. Lantine puts out a cigarette and holds the cannon hand station again. Order the driver to prepare to move out. He can't even withstand an assault like this. All he can do is flee miserably under the absolute superiority of the enemy's firepower, unable to protect the things he wants the most to defend. This is the price for abandoning everything and leaving the game. It's truly unsightly, and as expected, she has made the right choice back then. And that thought runs through Lantine's head as she watches the sand dune vanishes in the distance behind her. Everything is going to go as planned, and now that she has set up an ambush with so overwhelmingly favoring her, how long will that man be able to continue to struggle? Damn, okay. Leader, we're almost at the pass. Everybody, get ready for battle. Mailing, how's the Elmo? The superstructure seems to be badly damaged, and all the engines severely overheated from the high-speed travel just now. Our top speed is only 15 miles an hour. Got it. Keep the Elmo on the move. Don't stop for anything. All points point at the explosive. We need to jam up the mouth of the path to shake off the enemy's pursuit. The road behind the Elmo is the only thing wide enough to keep accommodating it. I saw a couple of unstable looking buildings on either side. We're going to plant charges on low bearing columns. Leader, enemies are in the back surrounding us. Did they see us through? Change the plan. Eliminate the enemies near the Elmo. Kralik, try to figure out the numbers of the position enemy. Remember, don't let them tie you up. Okay. Nemesis, I'll send you to the topographic of the map of the area. Get to high ground and fire at will. Thunder rumbling in all directions. Vespli, you're in charge of distracting the enemy forces on the ground. Give Kralik and Nemesis a chance to break through their formation. No problem, Vespli is best at drawing everyone's attention. But what about you, leader? I'll plant the charges and keep the enemy from catching to us. Malin, tell the commander that the enemy is caught up to us and beware of the enemy attacks on the way. But I just hasn't been able to get through just now. Keep trying to contact the commander until you get through. Okay, I'll keep up the hails. Right, that's our plan then. Everybody, let's go. Damn, okay. So we just defeat the enemies. Alright, we'll just auto this. Should be quite easy to get through. Okay. Person is important because they have a voice line though. Person. That was fast. Leader, it doesn't look like they're trying to close a gap. Yes. It seems they figured out what we're trying to do. Their aim is to buy time and keep their distance while exchanging fire with us, keeping us from that building which we could use to block the path. Oh wait, is this like Fire Emblem gameplay? It's actually closer to XCOM gameplay, with a very, very strong like what do you call it? Storyline. The story is actually incredibly long. Hey shorty, we worked together pretty well back then. Want to team up again? You need Vespli to shine brighter. Yes please, draw their attention. I'll try to approach the building again. Nemesis, please provide cover fire. Twinning the moment of entitlement and the distance of some confusion. Nemesis says that she's low on ammo. Alright then. Our success or failure rests on this gambit. Let's go. It's time for Vespli's favorite effect. Smoke screens! Vespli pulls up a smoke grenade and throws it in the opposite direction for her cover. The moment it bursts, the enemy bullets rain down, spreading more to the smoke clouds. The doll emerges from their cover and races toward the building. They're going to bring down. Kralik, enemies on you, 9, roughly 50 meters away. Leader, you guys carry on, I'll wipe them out. Kralik lowers her stance and sprints over to the enemies in question. Their screams fill the radio channel. 3 down, 2, heading your way, command, leader. Their path might lead pass through Nemesis, field of fire. Before Kralik can finish speaking, a pair of bullets find their home in the enemy's skull. They collapse like a puppet with their strings cut. A bright red liquid gushes from their helmet. Before Kralik can spout a one-liner, a hail of bullets fly from another direction. She quickly ducks behind cover, trying to find a position of their attackers. This time, the enemy doesn't seem to be willing to let her go. They hammer her position with a torrent of lead, keeping Kralik completely pinned down. Quit bullying Kralik! Vespli, go help her. Vespli proceeds to double back on support Kralik. She throws a grenade with all her might. An enemy throws more grenades in response. Rosa feels the heat of the shockwave from multiple detonations washing over her back, while she continues running forward. There's a hint of anxiety in her voice as she keys in her communicator. Kralik, Vespli, are you okay? I'm okay. I just got hit by a few bullets. For some reason, I got this feeling I should bring a ranged weapon along next time. Flowing sands, running water recedes, then goes still, at the furthest reaches of the sunset. Okay, fine, you win. Now fire the rest of your rounds and cover us. Vespli thinks that the show went too well, but Mr. Pizza will give me strength. Mr. Pizza has her sucking stuffy on her back. The sound of gunfire comes over the transmission once again, and this time it's getting closer to the dolls. Groza can tell that these black armored troops are worlds apart from the enemy that they've previously encountered. Their shooting technique, tactical marks of the veteran fighter, they clearly understand the terrain. Though their response are slower than the dolls, they can attack dolls with multiple angles while hugging cover, negating the advantage in accuracy and reaction speed that the dolls enjoy. The Elmo dolls are having a hard fight, and time is not on their side. Groza glances at the explosives on her backpack. So far, they haven't managed to set a single charge and ISV is pursuing them. This will not get them a chance to catch their breath. If they can't block off a single row, giving them access to the pass, then it's only a matter of time before the enemy's main force catches up and wipes them out. Groza squeezes her weapon's foregrip, and she thinks about what to do next. If the worst was should to come to pass, we fell for it. They weren't trying to delay us. They were trying to plan the directives to destroy us. They're smarter than we expected, using their advantage in number and firepower to overwhelm us. Still, they aren't dolls. They're willing to, they'll die if they're killed. We've taken so many of them out. Doesn't their commander give a damn about their men? Groza doesn't know how to answer Kralik's question. Logically speaking, most commanders would do as Kralik said and try to avoid unnecessary casualties. But the enemy's fighting spirit and morale hasn't fallen because of their losses. She can't apply normal preconception to these foes. Nah, there's no point in thinking about all that. Leader, I'll delay the enemy. Hurry and bring that building down. You can't let the commander come back to the site of the Elmo is in flame, right? That's right. Please, I'm counting on you. Groza ducks to the target building, unpacks enough explosives to bring the building down several times over before wiring them up with the detonator and setting up the initiation sequence. However, the sound of the ISV engine comes from nearby. Groza looks up, and her hand stops moving as she sees the scene before her. The ISV that had been engaged with the Elmo just now is heading down the road, going straight for the Elmo. Groza's heart fills with despair. She never felt before an unyielding stream of ISV rumbles in. No matter how fast she works, there's no way she can finish planting all the explosives on the building's load-bearing column before the convoy passes by. Time seems to slow to a crawl, and in Groza's eyes, everything outside takes place in slow motion. In an instant, she remembers many things. Her life, parting way with the commander, and the scenes of a reunion with him. The first time she downloaded her neural backup into this frame, that feeling from back then. She clearly promised Commander that she would protect everyone on the Elmo. No, she can't give up just yet. She needs to complete her mission, and besides, she still has her last resort. Groza lays the explosive on the ground and quickly reconnects them before loading them back on her back. The circuitry ends and the detonator whose still time delay has been removed. Groza takes it in hand and discards her weapon and jumps off in front of the first ISV. The driver reacts quickly. The autocannons and coaxial machine gun immediately begins tracking her movement, but the doll's dexterity and rapid reflexes allows her to easily avoid the attack. Immediately following, she throws herself and slides to go under the ISV. Crawling, take the charges from my place for now. Everyone, back to Elmo immediately. Upon hearing Groza's word, Kralik replies over the radio sounds frantic. Leader, what are you doing? I'll keep the enemy vehicles from approaching the Elmo. Everything seems to be happening in slow motion. As she watches the bullet puff up smoke of sand and dust around her, she suddenly feels a strange sense of liberation. Neural upload synchronization. Command selection. Disable? Warning, this command will entail high degree of risk. Please reconfirm the disable order. Leader, talk to me. What are you doing? You can't. Not again. Confirm. Command confirmed. Neural upload synchronization is disabled. Time seems to go, slowing down to a practical standstill. Groza watches herself gradually approaching the undercarriage of the ISV. She even sees the driver's look of face of panic when he tries to pull out his handgun, but fails to do so in time. She sees the shell cartridge ejected to the gun turret, and as well each pebble thrown into the air by shaking off the ground. She sees a strange, blue-colored flower blossoming before her, a blue butterfly fitting to the flower's heart. And the final thing she sees is the commander's face, though for some reason it seems to be blurred. A strange feeling wells up from the depths of her neural cloud, but it's a real stranger in herself standing in front of the commander. The self wears a completely different uniform from her, and has a completely different expression on her face. A powerful wave of fatigue washes over Groza. She closes her eyes and stops thinking. Goodbye, Commander. What?
想定通りの勝利です。本当はもう少し
What the fuck? What just... We gotta keep going. We gotta keep going. As the helicopter races through the jet black sky, it slowly descends and emerges as a cloud cover that prevents others from noticing it. I can't help but worry as I look at my reflection in the window and back at the terminal in front of me. The terminal displays on a connection loss icon. I sigh and try to reestablish communication links. Groza, do you read me? Come in, Elmo. However, the only thing I can hear is my earpiece hissing a static. I've been trying to contact them throughout the entire fight. I haven't been able to get through them so far. I clench my fists, glance at unhappy hovering Dintergate. Didn't you say you can maintain contact with Elmo no matter the distance? That would require the local markers to remain intact. So, the nearby location marker had been destroyed. Considering the scale of the enemy attack that Groza mentioned, it's definitely a possibility. That also means the opposition prepared to ambush as well. They're gonna be up against the Elmo. I can't underestimate the reaction speed of those black armored mad guy security troopers. I look out the window and the ground below. As I pass, I told the Elmo to be heading to the direction right below us. I head over to the cockpit where Sharkery and Centrality is sitting in the pilot and co-pilot seats. Sharkery. Descend 200 meters and maintain altitude. Okay. Have the helicopter rocket pad been reloaded, topped up, and ready to go? Good. Central Essie. When we fly above a pass, try to use the vehicle radio to establish connection at short range. Commander, the enemy might discover us if we use over the radio. It's alright, they won't be able to respond. The helicopter soars through the air above us to pass, but I can see quite a number of ant-like vehicles swarming in the entrance. There's intermittent flashes of light and installments at the pass. There are so many people exchanging fire down there. It's plain to see what if our people are among them. Looking further into the distance, I see the MPV crawling along a huge plume of black smoke. It's traveling slowly, but it's already drawn away from the firefight. Central Essie turns to the radio and I begin hailing. As soon as I hear Mayling's voice amidst the noise. Mayling, do you hear me?
Commander? Thank goodness I got through at last.
Calm down, Mayling. What's happening right now?
We're being chased by a lot of enemy armor. We're heading to the town you mentioned earlier, but there are enemies who are waiting on us to ambush us. Leader Groza took the dolls to intercept them, but she said she will blow up the road on the side.
They saw through us, huh? Can you contact Rosa?
No, I can't. Leader and Otter hasn't been responding since just now. Do you think that they're in danger?
I'll go back them up. You keep driving to Elmo. Don't stop for anything. Got that?
I got it. Commander, please bring back Leader Groza and the others.
Leave it to me. I put on the headset and return to the passenger cabin. I look at the dolls holding their weapons and ammo and begin handing out combat assignments. Dayan, Jingyu, Xiao Yu, and Centrality, you're performing a squad and assist me to retrieve Groza's team. You already know where Groza is. The others, the 3 members of the team, are a doll with bunny ears, and a doll with purple cape, and a doll with Mr. Pizza Paris backpack. You should be able to recognize them at the glance. Don't get stuck with the enemies. Find them and bring them back to the chopper ASAP. Understood. We'll take care of it, Commander. Time to show you the power of an elite doll, Commander. Kofi, you're in danger. You're in charge of protecting Melanie. Don't leave her side for a moment. Yep. Are you alright with that, Melanie? I'm okay. Alright, prepare to move out. I head back to the cockpit. Instruct Sharkery to fly overfly the firefight. Once we're above it, I point out a largely intact building, and Sharkery immediately picks up what I want and descends. Let's go. Central Essie and the Diane opens up to the hatch at their respective side of the chopper, and a fierce downwash screams from inside. The dolls are standing with an open door while Coffee shields Melanie from the howling winds with her body. The helicopter nears the target building. The dolls jump out roughly 10 meters above the roof. Time for a Griffin airdrop. Watch this, big sis. Jingyu does a magnificent flip mid-air before touching ground. Dayan, who touches the ground side alongside her, glances at his sister reapproaching her. Be careful, Jingyu. We're in combat zone now. But that's what I want. I want to feel like old times. So this is what you used to do. No wonder you're always so reckless. Why? You jelly? Lady of Monsoon, let's head out. Pardon us, Mrs. Centrality. Let's go. The dolls dart from the building and the helicopter pulls up again as it heads towards the mountain of the pass. Looks like it's about time. For the co-pilot seat, I see a multiple ISV working their way into the town area. They're driving single file towards the Elmo. A perfect opportunity for us. Sharkery, target the road and blow out these ISV to scraps. Will do. The helicopter adjacent to the position hovers and plunges in for a strafing run. Rockets scream from their pods in rapid succession and explodes and erupts along the road, turning the ISV into burning wreckage. Rosa feels her frame hit the ground with a thud. In wake of the deafening explosion, the walls of the pass crumbles and the ruined building nearby collapse, engulfing the fleeing Mad Guy security troopers. She could hear their screams, and she could see a mangled remain of a human that had been blasted into gory chunks. She could feel their hot blood raining down on her. But wait a minute. Didn't she just... Groza thinks about what she was doing before she found herself collapsed on the ground. Do dolls suffer after they blow themselves up? It doesn't feel like any of this is normal. She recalled a time when scientific advancement of this world was still intact, and humans believed that after their death they would become something called ghosts, entities left behind after one's death. Then, is she some kind of data ghost now? Groza lies motionless, trying to clear her head. In her recollection, she's prepared to press the button on her detonator, but then the ISV before her suddenly exploded, and a sensed massive shock when it sends her flying. Groza looks down at her right hand. The detonator is still there, but she didn't press it. Then what was that explosion just now? Before she could think of it, the sounds of gunfire and explosion come from one side of the rubble. Looks like the opposition hasn't given up yet. They're trying to blast a hole in the debris of the falling rock, blocking the path, so the troopers inside can't get inside and continue to start fighting. Once again, there's another deafening explosion. Rocks and debris fly everywhere, and the block passage shows signs of clearing. Another one, and the rumbling blocks the path completely blown away. She could hear the Magai's troopers approaching, so she could close to see their gray helmets through the breach. Is this the end? No, not yet. Bullets suddenly fly past her, accurately striking the Magai troopers in the head. Shocked, Groza looks back to see the dolls rushing out of the smoke and running back to her side. Miss Groza, are you alright?
この感覚は
Are you the reinforcement sent by the commander? Miss Groza, do you not remember me? Yes, I'm Master. Master sent me to help you withdraw. Where are the other dolls? They're behind me, fighting in the streets. They're engaged with the enemy. They need backup. Understood. Miss Dayan, please take Monsoon Squad reinforcing the other doll. I'll help evacuate Miss Groza. Understood. We'll leave things on this side to you. Please stay still, Miss Groza. You're still sustaining several damage to your frame. I'll drag you out of there. Nemesis, what happened to your cover fire? Departure. Lost and hidden friends. What? What do you mean you ran out of ammo? And now of all times? Get it together already. Are there dolls approaching from us over there? They're fast. Are they enemies? Don't shoot, we're friendlies. Are you dolls from the Elmo? Yes, we are. We're from the Monsoon Squad. Commander sent us to back you up. We'll be covering your withdrawal. Our teammates will bring you to bring her back. We'll take care of the enemies in front of us, shall we? Sounds great. Time to give these bastards a spanking. Alright, let's see, who do we have? I'll just auto this again. Oh, manual challenge mode. And Suomi's like attack like just one shots that. What the? That should be good. The red-haired woman anxiously studies the message on the screen. She's not even realizing her cigarette has almost burned itself out. Half of the IFV she sent into town has been destroyed, and the other half has been wedged outside of the fallen rocks and the rubble. Meanwhile, there's this senseless stream of casualty reports from the Omen forces. Just now, the dolls that jumped out of the helicopter completely eliminated by any chance she had of wiping out this encircled doll. That helicopter that showed up with incredible timing and precisely destroyed the entire deployment in an instant. Could it be that the fleeing MVV was being a decoy? Was she the one being ambushed all along? The confidence that she started with crumbles in an instant. Lentine can't help but wonder, but there's a bigger trap waiting for her behind all this. Any other person would probably not been able to do it, but she couldn't even begin to imagine what kind of strategies the man who came back from Frankfurt can employ. Lentine's understanding of him already costed her dearly. Right now, she knows that the only chance she has that her only choice is not at all. Contact all squads. Had to begin withdrawal. Load up the dead and wounded where possible and return to our muster point. All adjacent. But adjacent, we can still fight. We still have those dolls surrounded. And what if they have more dolls lying in wait for us? But we still have the perimeter lockdown mission ahead of us. We can't lose any more men. Bring back everybody now. Yes, ma'am. Damn it. Kenny angrily punches the seat before leaving the IVF. Doesn't look back. It's only now that Lentine notices the burning pain in her fingertips. She'd been clicking her tongue and dropping the cigarette butt. It's the lingering heat scorches back a black edge circle of intelligence report that's been lying on the floor of the vehicle. Lentine picks it up, prepares to throw the pages that she made that made her lose so much out of the vehicle. However, her hand stops halfway, and Lentine insists instead of throwing back the report to the ground. There's a strange feeling in her heart. It's been there for a full 10 years, appearing in her dreams, showing up whenever she doubted herself, forcing her to find all sorts of excuses for her action to get under control. As she can no longer hold it back, the feeling of utter denies of all the choices she had made, an emotion that completely crushes the soul to the dirt. How is it that he could still beat me after falling so far? Why would he give up everything, even though he's this capable? It makes no sense. She has to ask him and find out the answer to that question. Lentine grabs her gun and stands up, throwing out the IFV hat. She clenches her fist, driving nails so deeply into her palm, and the blood begins to swell up and dripping from her hand. Come on, load up. Monsoon squad brings the Elmo dolls to the roof of the nearby building. As the helicopter slowly touches down, I open the hatches so more dolls can rush inside. Dayin and the other bring Kralik, Vespli, and Nemesis into the helicopter, which makes out the passenger compartment feel a little cramped. Zhaohui and Jingyu reflexively take up a position on the edge of the cabin, gun raised and scanning their surroundings. Commander, where did you get all these people from? They're old friends. Where's Groza? Miss Centrosi was helping her evacuate Groza. Centrosi, where are you two? Master, Miss Groza is badly hurt. The enemy caught up with us and are trying to hold them off. Find a way to indicate your location. Got it. I hear a magazine charge over the transmission. Shortly afterwards, I see a stream of tracer rounds hurtle into the sky. I immediately point in the direction and order Sharkbait to dust off. Once we reach the area above the tracer, I can clearly make out Centrosi and Groza fighting off the enemy from behind cover. Jingyu and Zhaohui immediately rank up the enemy support weapons and with gunshots, and suppressive fire from the distance eases off. Centrosi looks up at the helicopter and takes advantage of the lull in the shooting, grabs Groza and heads to the nearest roof. A parent missile flies toward the helicopter. Unfortunately, Sharkbait had been slow in orbiting the site and dodges them. Dayin moves to the doorway and joins the other doll in suppressing the source of the rocket. Meanwhile, I get Sharkbait to rapidly descend and get close to the building edge as possible. Just as the helicopter levels out, Centrosi appears on the roof carrying Groza. As she widens her steps and picks up speed, jumping off the roof with Groza, the two of them slamming into the helicopter like a cannonball. Fortunately, the other dolls help her soften the impact. Dayin helps Centrosi lay Groza in the cabin floor while Jingyu immediately closes the hatch. Seeing that everybody is aboard, Sharkbait immediately climbs into the air, beating a hasty retreat while being pursued by more rockets. The helicopter flies toward Elmo. Fortunately, the roof pad hasn't been badly damaged. Sharkbait lands the chopper in Elmo. The dolls dismount, waiting for further instruction. I look into the distance. The Elmo is clear of the ruined town, and the enemy shows no sign of continuing the pursuit. I sigh in relief and turn my attention back to the dolls. Groza's frame is riddled with shrapnel. Kralik and Nemesis are carefully unloading her from the helicopter. Groza, are you right? I'm fine. I'm sorry. I almost failed to complete my mission. It's my fault for coming back late. Don't speak. You need repairs. Groza nods and closes her eyes. I hear the chime of the elevator nearby, and Maylin rushes out of the open door. Commander! Leader, are you okay? Groza shakes her head, but does not respond. Maylin, you've done a great job. Now I need you to do a little bit more. Got it, I'll start fixing up Leader right now. With Maylin urging them on, Kralik and Nemesis help Groza to the repair bay. Will Leader be alright? I hope it's surface level damage. We'll have to wait until Maylin finishes running diagnostics. Speaking of diagnostic, why don't we give Melanie a checkup? Alright, come with me, okay, Melanie? Melanie glances at me and immediately follows Kofi down the stairs. I have Vespley order the dolls to have a tour to Elmo, while they include performing damage assessment of the stricken areas. I head back to the ops room. Thanks to the recent attack, it's a total mess. Glass panels have been broken and fragments are everywhere. I can't help but sigh, as I think about how the Elmo had been repaired not too long ago, only for it to be reduced to the state once again. I back down in my chair. Who would have thought that so many things happened while the course of just one day? The ethereal silence of the Dendro Gate flies above my head once again. Dandelion's smug voice rings out from above me. What an exciting day that was, Commander. Does it remind you of your Griffin days? I can't help but be reminded of them. I reach up and grab the Digigrade above my head, but it nimbly evades my grasp. The Digigrade flies before me and projects Dandelion's face again. She's yawning and stretching lazily. So, the day's event's a coincidence. You arranged too? How could that be? The only coincidence I arranged for you is to meet Monsoon and Zucchero, and then you ended up rewriting the script along your way. I had nothing to do with the encounter in the underground lab and the fight with the Mad Guy security or that girl. Oh, really? Anyways, about the data you found in the underground lab, were you able to learn anything yet? I found a piece of information that we left to range a signal marker network. As it turns out, there had been a string of missing person and cultist activity cases filed in the report department and various major districts in the nearby satellite cities. So far, I've read over 100+ reports, over 13,000 pictures, 45 videos, and material involving 1,000 people. Right now, I'm trying to analyze the similarities and sort them out if I can find any clues. However, the reports are highly disorganized and there is a signs of systematic internal tampering in addition to confusing information. What? So give me a little bit more time, okay? It's only been half a day. Even I can't digest this all at once. The rest will have to wait until my reconnection with the signal markers network is restored. However, there seems to be a similarity between the experiment you found with what Hyde 404 is investigating. Perhaps I'll be able to give you a lead to follow. I trust you haven't forgotten them yet. How could I ever? Lena assigned you to go pick them up, right? Groza and the other were attacked on the road to get them. They're probably the same people as the one who attacked 404. That's my guess too. According to the PMC registration database, the Mad Guy Security is supposedly a small independent company with less than 100 employees to their name. It looks like the non-fund must have messed them up real badly if they managed to overlook a company at this level of equipment and manpower. I'll tell Callan about this afterwards. However, we've been cut off since then. We can't contact anybody, or 404 or Lena. The enemy is smart. They must know how to destroy signal markers. However, I doubt this will pose a problem for 404. I mean something like this. Dandelion points at the ops room main terminal. Suddenly it buzzes with a comm request. I glance at Dandelion and then I royally put it through.
Hey, looks like I finally got through. Man, that was sure hard fixing the signal marker with a hardware of this old. Man, Kalukai would have killed me if I didn't fix it. Ugh, just thinking about it just scares me.
For a moment, I'm not sure how to answer. There's a look of doubt on my face as I listen to the voice on the line.
No response. Hello, can you hear me? I'm connected, right? You haven't forgotten who I am. Have you, Commander?
There's a burst of noise. The video window dissolves into static and then clears up. There's a man in the back of the camera. He seems to be banging onto something. There's a burst of spark, and then the man throws a wrench aside and slowly turns around. As he does, the man's face reveals a cold light of overhead fluorescent lamps. Wait a minute. Are you Dyer?
想定通りの勝利です。本当はもう少し完璧に終わらせられたはずなんです。
Alright, I'll be right back. Oh, there's 2 more. Okay, I'll be right back. I need to quickly take care of something. Wait, we'll take a look at I'll put up this while I'm AFK. We'll do this one. That's 1 minute. We'll go for when it started. I'll be back.
Hi Commanders, I'm Zekia. As you might have noticed, today I'm cosplaying Clue Kai, leader of the newly formed Hyde 404. Our mission today is to explore the Beilan Island Emergency Shelter, which is where the developer team of Girls Frontline 2 Exilium is based. We'll be going behind the scenes for an exclusive interview. Come on, hop on my motorcycle. Let's go! Okay, let's get started with our tour and see what the Sunborn staff are up to at work. I can't wait to dig up some juicy details for our commanders.
Hello, hello.
Thank you. Hi, Mr. Yuzhong. I'm Zekia. I'm visiting Mika today as Clue Kai. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
再次多多指教。那这里就是我们公司的这个正门了。
Wow, there's so many figures. There's a massive layer of Rosa over there too. I'm so jealous of Groza. She gets a huge identical version of herself. Mr. Yuzhong, when will it be Clue Kai's turn?
那有的有的，怎么能少了可鲁凯呢？来，跟我来吧。那这里呢是我们的周边展示区，对吧？我们绝大部分的游戏的周边都陈列在这里。那你看，那这就是我们的大可鲁凯啦。还少了点什么？来，试试这个。
Wow, so cute. Is this the company mascot?
是的，我们有2只，然后这只是 W 是姐姐，她还有个妹妹叫小 W 啊，她们都是在公司的 HR 部门上班。
That's adorable. I should assign my cat to work in Hyde 404 too. All right, W Senior, off you go. Oh, there's another Clue Kai here. Mr. Yuzhong, I have a question for players worldwide. There's so much amazing merch here. When will players be able to access it more easily? International shipping is ridiculously expensive.
其实我们在近期已经用各种更多的方式，让各位指挥官能够获得他们想要的周边。那比如之前在日本的漫展上啊，我们已经带去了一批周边，那也很高兴能够看到各位指挥官能够喜欢。那另外的话我们最近也会在洛杉矶，然后周末会去举办一场快闪的活动。那在那边我们会带来10几款这个相应的周边，那希望大家可以以自己喜爱的形式去挑选。那另外的话，我们也会准备3款免费的周边。那实际的获取方式的话，也请大家去期待我们的一个内容的一个前瞻。那最后的话，我们其他地区的那些指挥官的话我们也会最近以各种各样的方式去让大家可以更加快捷、更加方便的获取更多的周边我们也已经在努力中了，请大家期待。
I'll keep track of this for the commanders then.
这位就是我们原画组的组长王熊猫。
你好，我是原画组的王熊猫。By the way, you can call me Jimmy.
Hi, I'm Zekia. Mr. Jimmy, is this Clue Kai's new outfit on your monitor?
没错，这个皮肤就是接下来我们要在新版本时装的新衣装《星际猎芒》。
There's so many variants here. Which one is the final design?
有没有一种可能，这里所有的都是呢？
Wow, seriously?
是的，没错，就是因为毕竟每个人的审美它都不一样嘛，所以呢，就是我是希望能够通过各位指挥官，他们可以通过各种各样的自定义衣服的细节对的，比如说呢，像袜子呀、头饰啊、内搭呀这些细节呢，我们都设计了非常多的版本来供指挥官们选择。
Does this mean that Kukai will have all these customization options in this update?
这个嘛，这个算是前瞻中的前瞻。那虽然这个我们皮肤部件的这个功能啊，在可如这个远日点的这个活动当中尚未开启，但是这个功能很快就会跟全球的指挥官见面了。
Oh, how soon?
那就非常的快，很快那种。
大家可以看到，就是原本的设计呢，它是偏一个更加机能战术而且是给人感觉比较的保守硬核的一种感受。然后呢，为了给玩家提供不同就是各种各样的一种体验和一个视觉上的一个感官上的一个新的刺激吧，所以我们针对这个皮肤的这个组件是做了非常多的一个全新的模块化设计的。大家可以看到啊，就是在腿部的选择上面，我们是尝试了有破损和这一些网袜的一个新的设计。然后呢，以及在胸部的话，也会呈现一个就是大家喜闻乐见的北半球看南半球的一个设计总之就是希望能够通过模块化的新的设计，能够在一个原本比较硬核的基础上，展现出更多的就是可能性。
A huge thank you to the artist for making such an amazing design for Kukai.
那文件完成之后呢，那我们的这个文件就会从2D 老师传给3D 老师这边。那我们的3D 老师呢，他会花1个多月左右的时间将这个原画变成我们的模型。来，那这位就是我们的3D 组长宽面老师。
大家好，我叫宽面。
Hi, nice to meet you.
爱你。
对宽面老师呢，正在去将我们可如凯的这个皮肤落实，逐渐变成我们的模型。
我正在研究。
你们这里怎么会有这个的？
对我们为了研究丝袜，我们还会买一些实体道具，然后当场会撕一下。然后我们发现，之前我们虽然做了丝袜，但实际上还是有很大的提升空间，包括它的丝的口子的起始处，它会更深一点，包括它的拉丝的虚实感，还有它洞有大有小，还有它的间距其实都是不等的，它会产生一个美术的一个节奏虚实，而不是随便我1个洞2个洞撕的一样大。包括我们撕出来的一些很混乱的瑕疵，我们在游戏里面会把它修复掉。当然我们撕好了正面，然后背面和侧面并没有撕。你来撕吧吗？
等3D 模型这边完成之后呢，那就会返回给原画那里连条兼修，那使角色的各方面的细节都符合我们设定的要求。那再之后呢，如果是新的角色，就会进入到我们的动作环节。你看那边那2位动作激烈的就是我们的动作老师了。我们去那边看看吗
OK。
这2位是我们的这个阿辉跟金老师然后呢
What's happening here?
不要打了。这位是我们来这个。
All right, I'm gonna go back. This was the live stream they did earlier. Hey, Mon. Okay. Event 1-8. Has it gone long? I think I was gone like maybe like 3 minutes or so. Outside the Elmo's window, a sandy gust of wind speeds through the darkened sky. There's no Illune's corpse, a nauseating monster. The endless sands are clear as they have ever been. That never happened. The helicopter lands on the Elmo. The dolls open the hatch and jump down from the chopper, while Dyer follows behind them into the touchdown. Oh my god, wait, it's Squad 404! After receiving Dyer's distress call, Centrality took Dyer and the others to the beacon where Dyer was. As per the previous comm, I learned that they had to come offer assistance after 404's gone missing. But by then, he arrived at the location. He found out the signal markers of the region had been destroyed and that Magi security has seized control over the roads leading in and out. In the end, he became trapped there. Fortunately, Lena had given him the Elmo's comm code, and so he managed to contact us after fixing the signal marker. We didn't encounter any enemies in the signal marker. The enemies returned to the Elmo after taking Dyer aboard. The dolls return to the repair bay to rest, while Dyer comes to the ops room. I give him a quick once-over, and can't help but feel unfamiliar with his look. What, Commander? Why are you looking at me like that? It's been a long time since I last saw you. I didn't expect you to grow up like this. Well, I am human after all. Our looks are different than dolls when we grow up fast. Oh, of course I know that. That said, what's more interesting is that you're still helping out Squad 404. Yeah, there are times I ask myself, why do I even put myself through all this crap? But hey, in for a penny, in for a pound, right? And besides, I heard the Elmo would help them out, so I wanted to take a look around the Elmo. Is this thing really that interesting? Of course it is. After all, it's a cutting-edge IOP product. The final glory of the NSU heavy industry. All a one-of-a-kind model whose like will never be seen again. Yeah, that seems pretty awesome. Honestly, you don't even know how valuable this thing is, do you, Commander? All I know is all thanks to this workshop build. I'm having trouble getting enough water to drink as it is. Hey, you get what you pay for. Would you mind if I upgrade the comm system over here? You're my guess. I step aside, and Dyer takes out a bunch of strange devices before starting to work on the comm console. After some banging and fiddling, I see a screen on the console monitor that I've never seen before. What's this? I upgraded the Elmo's comm system, so I set up a temporary encrypted comm channel. I'm sure there were cases in the past where your transmission were leaked to the outside world, right? Why do you ask? Lena told me about it. She said that after Miss Kalina found out that the no-fuss comm system had been cracking by on some other multiple occasion, she told me to 404 about it and asked if I could improvise their signal encryption. Leva felt that relaying on an encrypted channel alone was pointless. So not only did I boost the encryption for all communication, she also installed a honey trap in 404's information system. Any visitor who has been invited into 404 will receive a special surprise from them. Unfortunately, this upgraded technology still hasn't managed to catch up to that visitor who turned up so many times before. The encrypted comms channel I set up here is similar to the one 404 is using now. This way we can better ensure data security between both sides. In that case, Kalina has the best upgrade on her end too. Well, about that, I don't dare mess around lightly with things on the Novsa's end. Although I think that's what the biggest hole in security is. So you think Nomsa is a problem? Like, I would be straight if a government organization did have loopholes, right? I fall silent for a while, and I don't respond to Dyer's word. In principle, I trust Kaling unconditionally, but she's part of the Nomsa, and I can't make up my mind about them right away. After some thought, I decided to change the subject. Ah, yes, you were saying that Lena asked you to come over? Yep. Earlier, Kalukai is having trouble getting the network signal, so Lena sent me over to help troubleshoot things for her. At first, I thought that it was about standard mission, so I took the family helicopter over and paid transportation and tools myself. Now think about it. Kalukai is really stingy. So you entered the yellow zone all by yourself. Well, the danger level of this place wasn't so high, and my truck has good specs, so the Vargas had trouble catching up. I thought I could find a signal marker drop-off and enhance the base station and be done with it, but it turns out that every signal marker I encountered along the way was completely destroyed, and the only one whose internal I could begin to repair was the last one. After that, I found out on the way it was completely destroyed by Magi forces. I figured they'd shoot me full of holes if I didn't try to get back. Luckily, I met you, Commander. Otherwise, I would have been totally screwed. Saying so, Dyer fiddles with the console interface and rescans for new transmission channels. The moment the rescanning finishes, a shining point immediately points on the screen. What's this? It's a transmission base station. It's broadcasting right now. Can I connect to it? Yes, do it now. Dyer connects to the transmission. A rapid, loud voice screams over the channel.
36762 platoon of the 7th Environmental Survey Corps. We have a transmission. We have an emergency. Need support. I repeat, we need support.
Survey Corps? Are those the forces that the 404 is working with? Can we communicate with them? No, there's no response. There's an audio chip and a loop broadcast. Can we backtrack their signal then? We sure can. Alright, location confirmed. They're not far away. I pick up my terminal and contact Centrosity. Master? Centrosity, I have a new assignment for you. Get ready, get ready and a battle along with Monsoon Squad. We'll meet in the hangar. Understood. Preparing now. I have Dyer send the coordinates to the doll and look out the night sky. And as mysterious as this mission. This must be our break and find the hide 404. Dude, can I see Squad 404 already? I miss Squad 404.
ターゲット確認。他いないわね。勝ってろ。今だ。みんなのために。
Whew. Well, they're not dying in one hit anymore. Well, not all of them. The helicopter takes off from Elmo, and I decide to head over to Repair Bay waiting for the news. I leave the ops room after telling the Dendrigate to keep an eye for the Elmo status and the surrounding. Dyer follows me down too as we enter the repair bay and see Maylin performing final adjustments on Groza while keeping the other dolls in their company. Ah, Commander, you're here. Yep, how are things? Maylin says things are okay, but just now, leader. Garlic immediately shuts up when she realizes what's going on and punches Nemesis investigably out of the room. Right, we're gonna go check up on the rest of Elmo. You guys have a good chat, Commander. After the doll leaves the room, Groza sits up in the diagnostic slab. Groza, are you alright? Commander, I'm fine. Thank you for sending help. Yeah, things were really close out there. Melee, how's Commander's frame? I was startling when I was first sour, but when I ran my diagnostics, I realized there weren't many penetrating injuries. Fortunately, most of the wounds were caused by shrapnel. While causing a certain amount of damage to her limbs, we can fix them with these replacement parts. That's good to hear. After seeing Groza's alright, I managed to calm down at last. I step aside to make room for Dyer, and then introduce him to Groza and Maylin. Maylin, this is Elmo's chief engineer. Groza is the leader of the Elmo doll squad. Dyer nods to them. Maylin returns a nod a little timidly. This is Dyer. I guess you could call him 404's. Just call me 404's technician. I'll do everything I can to help you during the upcoming operation. Nice to meet you. Oh, alright. Groza nods to Dyer, and for some reason, Groza seems to be acting strangely. Suddenly, Dryer's eyes lit up as he silently rushes over to the slab behind Groza. Puzzledly, I follow his movement with my eyes and see him practically skip over to where Sexton is lying. Sexton's frame had been badly damaged. Just as all of her exposed skin has been destroyed, her body was also deformed. You even have a third-generation doll? You know this third-generation doll? Of course I do. This is the latest technology by Orga conglomerate. Even the core calibration companies who are working on it need to wait in line for 6 months just to take a look at the relevant files. I can't believe you've gotten so rich and powerful after not seeing you for so long, Commander. Oh, I picked her up by accident. By accident? A third-generation doll costs as much as a skyscraper. And that's just the final financing alone. This isn't a sort of problem you can solve with money. Well, that's a long story. We fought her during the previous mission, and suddenly she showed up near the Elmo. We dragged her on board after smacking her around for a bit. I think you actually managed to beat a monster at that level. Looks like you've been lying about your combat strength, Commander. Well, not really. There seemed to be something wrong with her, and when we ran into her, both her perception and memories were confused. Maybe you could help take a look at her. Happy to help. Still, in her current state, the material for repairing her would cost an astronomical sum. I cough to hide my awkwardness. Is there a cheap way to do it? Cost aside is the main problem. From my understanding, a third-generation doll is surface level at best. Frankly speaking, I don't have much confidence in doing it. Well, you get a chance now. Mm-hmm. Well, I think so too. Well, I still got a chance to take a crack at it if you don't mind if I do. Dryer pulls his toolbox and produces a plethora of instruments I've never seen before. After plugging all manners of cables to the Sexton's access port, Dryer's instrument began to flash, making noises. There's a mess in there. Junk code and bad sectors everywhere. Her brain's pretty much mush when we first met her. Upon seeing that we're discussing Sexton, Maylin helps Groza off her slab and walks over to me. When you weren't around, Leader tried hacking into her neural cloud to get information. Why did you take that risk? Her firewalls were down, and so judging by that, hacking into her would not pose any risk. I see. So did you make any progress? Her neural cloud was a mess when I hacked in. My guess is that it was severely damaged by a fusion experiment. I tried connecting to her level 3 base layer and learned something. Apparently someone ran an experiment on her and deliberately destroyed her. However, her internal files were too badly damaged I couldn't make out the details. I see. Dryer, I need information on her neural cloud. Please fix her neural cloud the best you can. Why don't you ask the moon for the moon too while you're at it? Dryer takes out a little electronic device and hooks up several small cables from Sexton's head. After a while, the connection crackles and throws off sparks, setting up the device Dryer into holding it on fire. Tss. Short circuit. How is it? It's just like what Leader Groza said. Somebody wrecked this 3rd generation doll's neural cloud, almost to the point of complete destruction. Whoever did it targeted all the vitals and irrecoverable parts of the neural cloud. See? Although her frame structure is largely intact, it's almost inoperable. It's like a neurosurgeon went off severing linkages of the human brain. There aren't many destroyed nodes, but the neural cloud module is pretty much a write-off. As also, it seems that her body. Dryer narrows the eye and studies the almost destroyed portion of Sexton's epidermal layer. Is there something wrong? No. Still, why would anyone make a doll frame out of this? Pretty imaginative, if I had to say. Is there any materials you haven't seen before? Well, it's not like I haven't seen it before. Just that I never thought anyone would make a frame out of it. Get to the point. What is it? Dryer thinks for a moment and reaches into his toolbox and takes out something that looks like a microscope. He looks for a place in Sexton's body and sets it up and calls me over. Here, Commander, take a look. What is this? It looks like some kind of biological tissue, or rather, some kind of cells? It looks like somebody was trying to fuse this doll's frame material with some kind of cell. That's a little surprising. The cells don't look like very active. Looks like the fusion didn't work. I think about what Dryer is saying, that I suddenly remember suddenly sense something staring at me. When I turn around, I notice a little figure standing at the doorway. There's a pitter-patter of footsteps, and Coffee appears behind the doorway as well, grabbing the arm of the little figure. Melanie, what are you doing here? There's something here. Melanie? Upon hearing my word, Melanie reflexively backs away. So you adopted a daughter as well. Look, it's a really long story. Hello, Melanie. Melanie backs away even further. Do I really look that scary? Kofi, what's the result of her checkup? Melanie's vital signs are all stable. Too stable, in fact. Melanie ignores the exchanges between Kofi and me. She raises her hand and points at the doll before me and addresses me directly. I want to see that doll. That doll? I point at Sexton. You mean her? Melanie nods. Sure, I guess. Melanie approaches us. Suddenly a chill runs my spine and my hand reflexively reaches for the gun in my waist. Upon realizing what I'm doing, I quickly turn aside so she doesn't see me and fold my arm across my chest. She walks up to Sexton and looks up and down. Finally, her gaze settles in the position where we rediscover the signs of cellular fusion. I knew it. Knew what? Have you seen her before? Not this one, but she looks like a lot like the ones I saw before. She also has signs of this fusion. Melody's word make me stiffen up. Do you know what these signs of fusion are? They're from Boom Jam extracts. They show signs of like this after fusion. Boom Jam cell structures? Hang on. The cell activity suddenly has increased. Wait, I need to look at this DM. Ah. Be careful, Commander. Logically speaking, the chances of her self-repairing this should be vanishing low, but the characteristic of the Bunju cell might actually end up coming to play here. Self-repair, huh? So doll can self-repair, and a 3rd generation at that. Well, that's interesting. Looks like she's recovering faster than expected. Her neural cloud is rebooting. The bat sector is actually a set to connection. Dyer stares incredulously at the instrument he's holding, while Groza warily raises her gun and points at the sexton while shouting at Kofi. Get Mailing and the girl out of here. Okay. Kofi drags Mailing and Melanie outside. Melanie keeps looking back as she goes. After Kofi closes the door behind her, I return my attention to Sexton. Can you repair her neural cloud backup while she's at it? I'm doing that right now. Rebooting. Successful. Local neural cloud backup activated. Backup failed. Rebooting. Successful. Local neural backup activated. Now connecting to remote database. Remote database connection failed. Rebooting to local mode. System online. Loading. Now loading affiliation data. Affiliation ID failed. Sexton opens her eyes but remains still. She looks at me with her eyes filled with confusion. Are you my master? Your master? Sexton walks towards me and extends a hand. I reflexively reach out, but Groza blocks me. Commander, she poses a huge threat. You mustn't lower your guard. Dryer works his instrument and suddenly chuckles. Commander, looks like you might actually become her new master. What do you mean? Well, her affiliation and authorization data have been completely cleared up by the system and are back to the default state. If you like, you can take ownership of her. Does that mean anything? Of course it does. That way you can easily retrieve those neural logs you wanted. I mean, the only human here who can do that is you, right, Commander? I glance back at Groza. She doesn't look at me. Her gun is still trained at Sexton. I will aid your mission, but you should assume ownership of her. Okay. I nod, and Dryer immediately begins tapping away at his touchscreen. Sexton's body briefly flashes. Soon, Dyer puts his instrument down and confidently addresses me. Done. She won't regard you as enemies anymore. Her neural cloud is reconstructing itself. Also, I found something neat. Something neat? She has an IFFT in her database. Do you know what that means? Are you saying that this key is regarding as friendly, which means she's actually an enemy to us? That's right. Seeing as the combat log from nearby has been transmitted to her neural cloud, my guess is that these friendly coordinates show the movement of Magi security forces. There's no other PMC with so many guys in the shitty part of the yellow zone. So this 3rd generation doll is also linked to Magi security. I mean, that much is obvious, right? 3rd generation is supposed to be a product of the conglomerate to begin with. Yeah. So we have a more precise location of Hyde and 404 to begin use Sexton's backtrace them to the Magi's position. I nod, and suddenly my internal suddenly begin to ring. Commander, do you read me? Loud and clear, go ahead. We found the coordinates. We run into a small detachment of Magi security personnel. There's a few in number, but we already eliminated them. We found a couple of survey corps among them during the firefight. One perished, and the other one is badly wounded. Can you send him back to the Alamo for treatment? His wounds are severe. We cannot move him easily. Miss Diane is administering first aid, but what's the trooper's condition? His bleeding isn't stopping. At this rate, he won't last long. Are you dolls? Let me speak to your commander. Master, he's... Patch him in. Will do. We're from the 376th 2nd Platoon of the 7th Environmental Survey Corps. We're bounty hunters that are passing by and picking up your distress signal. Can you tell us what happened to you? Thank you. While carrying out the mission, we encountered many elids and enemies of unknown faction. They destroyed all the signal markers nearby. I knew it. While we were setting up for the signal location station, we were attacked by mercenaries from Magi Security. Our mission can't end with us. For the sake of our brothers, please stay still. You're in critical condition. Right now, I'm conscripting your dolls in the name of the 7th Survey Corps. Please head to our position and provide backup. Our main forces have been surrounded. If you help, I'm sure the first sergeant will reward you well. Understood. We'll help you. Thank you. Hang in there. Don't give up. Remember, you promised. Commander, he's not breathing. Centresi, please bury them. Let them rest in peace. Also, bring their dog tags back to Elmo. Alright. I end the transmission with a heavy sigh of relief. I guess the thing would always turn out this way, but I can't help but feel a little sad for these soldiers. Dryer, you said if Hide 404 was accompanying the survey course, right? That's what Kulikai said, yes? So their base station is struggling to build, should be nearby. Have Sexton prepare a backtrace of them. Groza, take our remaining dolls. Use Sexton as a guide to find Hide 404. Understood. We have to find them. We can't waste what these soldiers have spent their lives protecting. Holy crap, this story is long. This is just an event mission. Can you believe it? This is just like one of those like filler stories. This is actually just like cafe. It started from cafe management. What even is this game, right? Like, what is this? Look at this. Can you imagine? It is cute though. There we go. It's like item management right now. Okay, that seems to be good. I have more drinks I can make. I have no more of that. I guess I can buy this stuff. I'll level up my dolls first before ending the final mission. So I bought XP, right? Who can I level up? Sharkery? Yeah, Sharkery. Alright, let's do the final mission. Campaign. Well, not a campaign, like this event. Oh, what's this? Hurry back to the ops room. Dryer heads to comm and begin search connecting the equipment. Can you help find 4-4's location based on the base station? I'm trying, but my guess is not too likely. The base station might be in mil-spec hardware, but the bad guys' security orders didn't know it existed, so in addition to sending people to destroy it, they'll increase their effort in jamming a signal. The communication hubs emits a signal loss tone, validating Dryer's thinking. Didn't work, like I expected. Still, there might be some hope we could use for Sexton. Hang on. Dryer calls under the command terminal and begins installing some equipment. Meanwhile, I use this time to contact Central Elsie. How are things now? We buried a soldier. The base station seems to be running normally. Right. Spread out and establish a defensive line. Now that Magi knows that we've failed, they'll send more people over to counterattack. You must ensure that the base station is secure. Understood, my master. We won't disappoint you. Dryer emerges from the command terminal, and a few taps several locations of the touchscreen where about their menus begin to change. Right. I've copied the frequency set up by the military base station. This way, the Elmo can use the relay station to search for Magi security signals. Well done. Groza, do you hear me? Go ahead, Commander. Contact Sexton level 2 and see if you can find any treasures. Working on it now. Groza ends the transmission. Soon, Sexton IFF key is transmitting from the Elmo system. This military base station has great coverage. Now that we have this nearby signal traces. What's wrong? Good news is the IFF key is really effective. It's picking up traces of every single position the Magi forces have to. The bad news is, it's picking up traces of every single position the Magi forces have been to. So they're all over the map. I look over the map after the signal analysis has been done. Our surrounding has been covered in red dots. Looks like they're really earning their paycheck. Let's think about this from a different angle. Look at the signal traces that belong to the highest rank context among these. Dryer gets my meaning. He nods immediately and begins working on the task. Got it. There are two sets of signal comprising of high encrypted wavelengths. The first is active between a month and a day ago. The other one suddenly appeared a few days ago. Looks like we found them. Can we pinpoint the signal location? One moment. No. They're using a different communication network for the rest of Magai security. You can't obtain the exact location with 6th permissions. However, if we use 6th permission to connect to the network and crack their firewall, we might be able to see their location. That said, it'll probably take a full day to crack it with Elmo's current equipment. Well, we'll start by cracking it. Dryer becomes the work. Like you said, the progress bar of the monitor begins sprawling along. I sink in thought, then I suddenly think of something and then look towards the dendro gate. Say, Dandelion, isn't cracking your forte? You're terrible, Commander. You only want me for my cryptanalysis. It's enough to make me cry. I'm sorry, can you help us out? Well, like the boy said, the Elmo system doesn't support cracking. As for me, my processing power is limited to what this tiny dendro gate. Have you forgotten that all the signal markers are destroyed and my connection to the outside world has been severed? Commander, look at this. Dyer suddenly exclaimed as I look out at the command terminal. The opposite signal level has suddenly fallen. Dyer begins tapping on the screen before I can too. Wait, they're voluntarily lowering their own security levels? There's a chance now. They lowered it. Did they encounter Score 4 that the lower security levels are compatible with 4.4 security channels? That means we don't have much time until they give in our current speed. The progress bar visibly picks up, but the estimated completion time shows that the operation will still take close to an hour to finish. Damn it, we're still too slow. The dendro gate flies to the screen and mono eyes flashes. Then the dandelion projects an image and smiling smugly as she speaks to me. Well, if they lower their security to this level, I might be able to do something about it. However, I can't handle the encryption level at this level alone. Tell me what you need. You know me so well, Commander. Can I borrow one of those cute dolls of yours? You're not gonna do anything dangerous, are you? Relax. I'll return them all in one piece after I'm done. I'll set myself as a relay, so even the defensive barrier triggers, I'll be the only one to melt down. Well, have I allayed your concerns? I eyed the dendro gate dubiously and then contacted Groza. As soon as the processing power reaches the command system, the dendro gate purchase on the command terminal becomes the work. Looks like the offensive barriers were, looks like that was all the offensive barriers after all. Time for me to show what I can do. Connecting to the hack network. Yeah. Everyone, I need you to focus your forces on the weakest part of the enemy protocol. I'll assist you from the outside and keep you from contaminating the enemy data. If we're ready, then let's go. I'll just auto this again. This should be easy. I can finally finish this event, and then I can chill until the next event on the 27th. But there's one more? That's good. We're in. Connecting to the channel. The system indicates that cracking was successful and Dryer becomes eavesdropping on them. After some crackling noise, a couple of voices are clearly audible on the channel.
I'm here now. Becca, destroy the amplifier. 404 is cutting all comms now.
That's Kalukai's voice. They've encountered each other already. What should we do? Should we contact 404? No, can't do. They've gone silent. Using the Magai frequency establishing channel would be too risky. Can we obtain their position from transmission just now? Sure can. Right, send it to Groza. Groza, we're gonna send an approximate location for 404, sending it over now. Heading over there ASAP. Also, take Sexton with you. Use her to correct your course along the way. Must we? She can perform a course correction aboard Elmo. The opposition permission outranks Sexton, so we might not have another third generation doll run. Right now she's affiliated with the Elmo, so having some extra firing power will help you with upcoming op. Understood. I'll leave Nemesis and Kofi to defend the Elmo. Everybody help with go help hide 404. Roger then. I'm counting on you then.
Rosa?
Rosa ends the transmission and heads out. As for me, I pause to think what to think before sending a transmission centrally. Sit rep. Enemy has attempted 2 counterattacks. We repelled the both. They might be trying to continue to seize this location. Abandon the base and return to the Elmo. Just like that, Master? Bad guy will secure lower the guard once we abandon the base station. However, think for a moment. Before that, send one last message for a minute. What kind of message? Use Morse code and broadcast a clear text. Where are you? Alright, I'll do that now. Soon, Rosa's jeep leaves the Elmo and races off into the distance. Meanwhile, a series of long, short tones repeat from my earpiece, and I pray that you'll be coming with adequate hope. Come on, you have to make it.
これで
And that's it.
好きなことをする時間ができましたね。
That should be the event for this mission. Got challenges now. I think I have like for supplies. Springfields. Oh, I don't have any more cloudberries. I love Mochiato. Challenge missions now. Now I had to actually manually play this. Lots of units I can use.
了解。
Do I kill that thing? Eliminate the target units. So I guess it's that guy and who's the other targeted? Exclamation mark? Oh, those two. Okay. I think Tololol can get in there. Can't kill him one hit, but it's good enough. Just gotta get everybody up there. That's pretty good. I mean, it'll hit him. Nice. Oh wait, I didn't buff her. That'll do enough. My cover's gone. Damn. Okay. Damn, she's like not in good cover.
ごめん
Alright, they spawned. Then with big AoE.
ターゲット確認従ってくれ
Oh, just no damage to them. I need to get around.
ごめんね星々を今だ準備万端突撃
Oh, this is a good position.
ごめん
Okay, this is pretty good.
用意今だ
その了解
Nice. It hits everything.
今度は今だ
I can kill that spider.
その大地君の射撃中
今だ
逃がしませんごめんねこち
Why is it so tanky?
了解
It's like spawning other things.
砕け散れ突撃
用意
Targeting me.
出るんですか
Total surrounded.
従ってくれ
了解ごめん
Whoa. The fence is crazy.
星々
用意
を逃がしませんそのごめんね
了解
She's just getting closer.
それがしが守る
突撃絶対にみんなを守りますどこを見てるんですか
No, stop hurting Tolol. Excellent.
みんなのためにターゲット確認ごめんね落ちいいは今だ
He's almost dead.
時間がない
それがしが今だ
突撃
That's it.
戦場は片付いた。皆の者、よくやったな。
Alright, we got a few bit more. Escort at least one target to safety. These guys, huh?
たわいないわね。
Right now I have to clear the path. QJ needs to get up there.
用意。今だ。
絶対にみんなを守ります。
Do they attack? They don't. Damn it.
ごめんね。 ごめんね。
There's so many targets in the way.
絶対にみんなを守ります。今だ。
Let's send QJ up here.
今だ。
ごめんね。 準備万端。
Kill this one.
私が終わらせる。
How did that guy block that path? Oh. Well, that worked out for us.
どこを見てるんですか。
Alright, I gotta blow up that wall.
進歩は必須よ。
Kill the cocoa deer.
ごめんね。私が終わらせる。
それがしか守る。
その。了解。
Yeah, that'll work.
今度は。今だ。止まって。その。
You can get over there, unlock that.
戦うことは私の使命です。突撃。
Can I hit this guy? No, I can't. Ow. With my lost QJ, damn it.
私が終わらせる。突撃。誰も犠牲にはさせません。今だ。準備万端。
Maybe I should use that one to give her like shields.
昔みたいに私に感謝するといいわ。
Maybe I don't need to. We're good. Eliminate the bosses. Guess I can bring in
たわいないわね。
Frick. Okay. Damn, that's a wide range. There's not a lot of space for cover. Damn, armor is like crazy strong.
了解。了解。
I'll hit him with that first.
よい。 了解。了解。
Yo, Tomo? Veo? Oh my god. How you guys doing? Wait, you guys were playing League, right? I saw you guys chatting earlier. I don't have my Twitch chat open. I'm a professional streamer. Tomo, Veo. Wait, let me give you some shoutouts. I don't know why my audio cut out. We rivaled? Oh, well, thank you for the raid, guys. You caught me like near the end, like close to the end of my stream, but I guess I'll keep going for just a bit more. How you guys doing? Did you guys win? Get good wins out of it? What the how do I get out of this? There's too much damage here. We got some good wins? Nice, excellent. I haven't played Rival in so long. I'm just kind of like lazy to get a squad together, you know? That's great to hear. Okay, wait, I think I almost killed this boss.
ごめんね。私が終わらせる。
よい。
Lotta's. Yeah, okay. There we go. Cleared it.
止まって。使わない。
Whoa! Wait, I didn't clear it. He's still fucking alive. Oh, she's fucking dead. She's fucking dead. God damn it. Holy fuck. Okay, well, it's dead now. Do I still get like 3 stars? Or do I have to just clear? Oh, you gave me it. Okay. Holy shit. Drinks menu. Alright, what do I have here? Holy crap, dude, I'm so tired. I can level her up to level 56. And I have 38 more points. And okay, Sharkery's almost maxed out. Wait, did I open out the Wait, I need to. Don't worry. Don't look at that too hard. Ooh. What does this give? Crit rate, attack boost. This is okay. It's okay. That's not the one I want to get. Lightning, never mind. Lightning AR, don't need that. But she's not the one I'm trying to max out right now, right? Nemesis. Oh, she doesn't want any of this stuff. Maybe Kralik does? Kralik doesn't care either. Kulfi. Kulfi cares. Who wants a picture frame? Wingju. She does care. Alright, she wants it. Okay, so I finished the event mission and I finished well, I guess I finished like most of the content. I want to do inverse ciphers. These are pain in the ass. I'll do it later. I have 6 more days. More intelligence pieces? Nah, I don't need to use them right now. Okay, I think that's it. That's everything that we need to do. I think. Yeah, there's no more shop. No more pulls I can get out of here. Yeah, I need to change this music actually. I've been listening to this for too long. Is there anything else? Goji boy, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you. You're an official member of the Nishipups. I think like the email explosion is like way too much. I should chill out with that a little bit. Do I have time to do the stories then? Cause I have like memories. Oh wait, Rosa doesn't have memories? I did Suomi's earlier. Papasha? She have memories? She does. Oh, but I need her higher affinity. I'll do some expansion drills. Oh, but they give like nothing. Okay. I'll look for somebody here to raid. Maybe I can find like another girls Frontline 2 streamer or somebody similar. Let's see. Wait, that's myself. Habu?
Good morning.
There's an ad. There's a freaking ad.
Real life confidence.
Let's get started.
Alright, I'll wait until the ad goes away and then we'll hit this up again. What is this? I don't really want any of the skins right now. Mantea, Heartseeker, Golden Melody. I mean, I could. The ad finish? Oh, ad's almost done.
Optic, which is a choice. It also makes no sense.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and raid.
This is the one I like.
This girl.
I just think aesthetically it was a cool vibe.
She's kind of cool, her model.
KD, which I didn't really like.
Okay.
I had an old replica, which is that.
I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna head off. Thank you for joining me in the stream. I think the next game I'm gonna play is gonna be Monster Hunter. We're gonna go back to Wilds. All right. I'll see you guys later.
Enhance is the.
Bye bye.
Enhance is the terminology.
God, I'm so tired. I'm so tired.
Accurate image, so how if I fucking know, right? Modernized 36K. Oh, interesting. So this, never mind. So this is actually using modernized furniture. This looks like, I didn't actually see this one. It's not what I was thinking of, but they did swap it out with a flat top rail that is a little bit less excessively long and a much more slimline handguard that I guess you can just, well, they've always been able to screw in and out the rails, but that is interesting. Huh. Okay, is it? Okay, yeah, no, I think I'm thinking of is probably the G36K A4M1. Yeah, there's like a much more updated. Yeah, the old one was bulky as hell. Actually, I don't know if the handguard is really much more slimline there. It feels like it is, though. I don't know. I just remember that G36C handguard was big and chunky. But yeah, the new one is very, very much built different. I don't know. There's a bunch of different variants, like the one with the adjustable. Well, I'm saying that's what she's holding right there. It's not what I was thinking of. There's a bunch of different versions. Like there's the type that has, I don't know, there's like a big solid stock that is extendable and has a cheek riser. I don't like it. It's just really heavy. Hello, Haru Shimura. Welcome. I'm loving the story. I mean, do you just mean this event or just as a whole? Because I like the event story a lot. It's nice because we get to, well, find an old nemesis of the commanders. We got to delve. Oh, Ocean. Thank you for the raid. Hello, welcome everybody. Welcome. I do feel like it's nice that we didn't really talk to Centaurosi all that much, which is funny because she's like the main headliner here, right? She's technically the lady of the hour, but realistically it's about more so like Rosa's character development. We do get a little bit of banter back and forth with, like, no, I feel like the real stars of the show are Springfield and Groza in this event. Centaurosi is there and we get to chill a bit more.